The Seattle Seahawks are a team that I feel no one really talks about enough in the terms of how unlucky they are. They went 9-8, then a season later 10-7, with neither of those seasons netting them a single playoff berth. Of course, with the new revamped, at least different, if you want to call it that, looking roster, they're going to try and get past that hump. Of course, the big change is to the quarterback position. Let's not talk about Geno Smith like he's a bad guy and a bad player that they had to get rid of. There was honestly more contract extension issues than actual on-the-field talent. At least that's what I've been seeing. It seems like Geno wanted a ton of money. Seattle was like, you're getting older. We're not really getting past where we want to be. You're good. I don't know if we think you're great. So, if you're not going to take a little bit less, we're going to move on. And honestly, even though I really do think Sam Darnold, obviously for the most part, is a product of the Vikings system, which, they've got great receivers, they got a great offensive line, great running back, great coaching. I still think they got a hell of a deal, right? Sam Darnold, even with all those things, probably was worth $35-40 per, and they got him for $33 per, I believe, which obviously he is going to be the projected starting quarterback. Number 2 is Jalen Milroe. There's not really much of a chance that he starts, but there could be an injury. I'm not sure. I do want Jalen Milroe to start at some point in this rebuild, but as of right now, we are going to be starting Sam Darnold, who, god damn, that overall is terrible. Of course, looking at some of the other new additions, you obviously have a brand new wide receiver in Cooper Kupp. Guy that, he had a really, really good year, and then whether because of injuries or whatnot, not a whole lot outside of that. Of course, he's a good player, borderline, I would say great player when he's actually healthy. The problem is, he's almost never healthy. Then, of course, you have JSN, who's not a new player, but feels like a new player because he was a lot better this year than he was in his rookie season. And then obviously you add a little bit to the tight end position with Arroyo. They do lose Noah Fant. They released him into free agency and they get themselves a kind of similar guy. I believe there was a lot of comps to Noah Fant for Arroyo, which is very fitting. And then, of course, their first-round pick in Gray Zabel. A lot of Seahawks fans expected this to happen, and they were not upset when it happened because they just figured it was going to, and it did. And, of course, we're going to plug him and play him right there at the left guard spot. Still a lot of concerns about that offensive line position, and Sam Darnold, who had one of the longest times to throw last year, better get up to speed a bit quicker because he is not going to have that luxury this year. There is no doubt about it. It's an okay line on its best day, one of the worst when it's on its worst day. Of course, defensively, some new names here as well. No newer than DeMarcus Lawrence. Of course, does he still have a little bit left in the tank, moving to a 3-4 linebacker edge position. Great block shedding guy who, when he's healthy, very good pass rusher. But again, injury concerns there too. Eman Wari is going to be your big name rookie defender. A bit raw in the coverage ratings, but obviously a freak athlete. Hoping they got themselves their next Cam Chancellor. And then honestly, that's really where that is. We're hoping Boya Mafe can build on what he started with, and hopefully one of these edge rushers can complement DeMarcus Lawrence. Of course, this is going to be a 10-year rebuild, so a lot of these guys, if not all of them, besides probably Murphy and Eman Wari, are going to be gone. But it's not a bad-looking team. If Sam Darnold is even close to what he was with the Vikings, which, it's up in the air, dude. I really can't tell. A lot of me is thinking that team, the offense they had did mask a lot of Darnold's shortcomings. But if he is good, they could sneak into the playoffs, right? 9-8, 10-7, 11-6 kind of seems like their range. We'll see if it's good enough to get a playoff spot this year, as we are going to start this thing off. I think with this as our squad, I was thinking about wide receiver 3. What do you want to do? Like MVS might be their actual number 3. Of course, you have Tyrone Broden, who's 24 years old. You can see the hairline. Look at the hairline, right? That's just like his real life hairline. It's not, but still kind of funny. Of course, before we head into this thing, if you guys do end up enjoying, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PKR plays for non-Madden content. Recently had the Hellraiser game trailer reaction up there, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check it out, and also just non-Madden game stuff in general. But the big thing you can do for me is let me know what team you want to see rebuilt next. I'm kind of thinking Jaguars, as that's actually a team I'm really considering for my franchise team in 26, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, enough of that self-promo crap. Let's get into this 10-year rebuild. And of course, one of the things I'm absolutely going to have to do if we want any chance of Sam Darnold being a long-term starter is going to be focusing him in the training camp stuff every single time, which surely that's not going to be annoying. Also, this drift stick is pissing me off. And unfortunately, as you would expect, 5-12. I say as you expect, like this is expected, but as you expect with the Seahawks scheme, I should say. The scheme is just so bad in game. Again, I really hope all the promises of that changing with Madden 26 are true, because we could have ourselves a goated sim rebuild year. Looking at the numbers, though, I did put Jalen Milroe as the starter, and he played better. They lost more games comparatively, on average, but he himself played better. So I'm not exactly sure what to do here with that. He was a little more inaccurate, though, but definitely did play better. Receivers are actually pretty good. Arroyo, not so much, but the 3 receivers were pretty good. Left tackle was horrible. Pass rush, really good, actually, for a 3-4. It's like 15-plus sacks each for a 4-3 comparatively. That's how bad 3-4s are in Sim. Pritchett might go to honestly, superstar, because he might win Rookie of the Year, even though he's not technically supposed to be one. But yeah, not a great year, obviously, but could land a couple of dev ups if we're lucky. Defense Rookie of the Year, no, number 3, which is fine, because, we technically would not have deserved it because he's not a rookie anymore. We did get Best Linebacker, and that is deserving. Could he go to X Factor? Maybe. Will he? I would probably say he won't. But year 1 in the books, not in favor of the Seattle Seahawks. Buccaneers Ravens in the Super Bowl. That is an interesting team drop. Let's take a look at what we're looking at. It is the Ravens winning. So even though it is a different team, a newer team, it is still pretty much the same result. One of those really good teams. Dev-ups on the offensive side of the ball, no. Darnold, is he still starting? We're going to give him a realistic chance in preseason to have to hold on to, because Milroe, he played better. Let's just call it how it is. Defensively, Lawrence does actually go to X Factor, but it won't matter. He's an 82 overall. It doesn't really matter too much. And then Pritchett, he does go to star, which is nice. That's a nice 5 picks. Don't feel bad about, not having him get the superstar, because, well, he got the star anyways, and it would have been undeserving regardless. But Mafe, that's a big one, actually. Boye Mafe is now a star development trade player. That is a dub if I've ever seen it. Resignings we took care of. You have Charles Cross, who played like crap, needing a 5th-year option, but he might have actually... Did he already get something in real life? I really can't wait till Madden 26 comes out, so we have everything up to date. Really, that's like one of the big things every year, is just having the updated contracts and whatnot. But yeah, not going to get the 5th-year option for Charles Cross, because technically he's supposed to be getting paid already right now. $120 million, which I don't think is accurate. We'll have to take a look at what contracts we did not update, but it doesn't really matter, because free agency is filled with just players we don't want or need. We are in the draft. We have pick number 2 overall. The Panthers are the first overall pick, a team that I was actually thinking of. Ooh, look at this tight end. As another 10-year rebuild type of team. Scouted the wide receiver further, found out he's top 10. Scouted the tight end further, found out he's top 10. And then... Actually, no, the other guy was a wide receiver, and he was a 3-4, which isn't bad. Pick 2 overall. I don't know if I can go all the way up there for a tight end, but this guy does look insane, mind you. Top 5 tight end with all that speed. Could be one of those insanely generational players, but it is a tight end. Maybe could have scouted edge a little bit better because, well, at the end of the day, edge is a pretty big positional need. I know you have DeMarcus Lawrence, but there's a little bit of realism mixed with a little bit of Madden, right? The guy's 33 years old, 82 overall. I don't really care that he got double-digit sacks. I don't care that he went up to Superstar X Factor. He's going to be gone very soon. He's already, regressed below a point that I would be happy with in general. The problem is we're in a 3-4, so unless we move to a 4-3, which we should, but I don't know if I want to just yet, we kind of need someone a little bit smaller, a little bit more athletic on the edge. Walls is pretty good. Bradfield was decent. And, of course, you do have Tyson Duggan. The way I look at this is we could probably go to 8, land ourselves at least an edge rusher or the tight end. I think that's the plan. Go to 8, get the Cardinals draft picks, whatever they're going to offer us, and then call it a day. I also think maybe for these rebuilds, especially since we usually land, that's a crazy trade, a whole first-round pick next year. Maybe we make the trades on hard. Is that something we should do, maybe? The game's fair, right? The trade evaluation is fair every time. It is on par with real life, but at the same time, I feel like if you really wanted to trade down every time, you could pretty much solidify, a future draft. Like, if we get this trade, which we do, that's kind of insane, no? It is pick 2 overall, though. This is the last time we're going to be drafted in the top 5, probably, let alone top 3. So... say what you will. We end up getting a great haul, but it's also the last time we're probably going to get that, and they did it to get a quarterback, so say what you will, right? That's the price. Either way, pick 8 overall. I don't know what I want, dude. The tight end's still there. All the edge rushers are still there. What do you do here at 8? But if I'm going to take anyone, it's going to be Nolan Bradfield. Very smart, very good at finesse, and he's athletic. So I guess you take Bradfield. I think he starts over to Marcus Lawrence no matter what. I think we got to go youthful. Pick 19 true. Hidden dev. Yeah, I mean, even if he was normal, I probably would have done it. And of course, now we're going to slow sim just in case. I mean, tight end, yeah, the guy looks great. But it is tight end after all. And never mind, I was about to say, it is tight end after all. You might not see it. Wide receiver is not that big of a need, but Cooper Kupp is kind of on his last legs here already. Put him in the slot where he kind of, fits better anyways. Oh, did Burnett go at 19? I mean, he's a 1-2, and that is 1-2, but damn. Okay, well, these teams know their value, I guess. We're going to move on. The Niners of all teams here, I think, are giving me a trade I do want, so we're going to take 87 off of them, gain 55. I hate always trading down, but it is the smartest thing to do. Like, maybe just make the draft a bit harder, right? Make the draft a little bit harder, and we wouldn't need to do these things. All right, we're going to try to trade down less, though, so we're going to go with round 1 talent, Gabe Jones, if he's normal dev, dude. Okay, hidden dev, 95 strength, by the way, pretty insane. 23 in the second. We could use a linebacker still. What else did I have? A tight end, wide receiver, edge rusher we got. Could need another edge rusher going forward, to be fair. Safety's not a problem right now, unfortunately. Coates DT looks pretty good. Lovelock, he's an edge rusher we don't need anymore. I do like Coates. He's the 3-4. Do we reach early? Let's go Coates. Timon Coates, 74 true. Normal dev. Fantastic. We now look for another lineman. I think Folds is going to be that guy. Rob Folds or Bob Folds. 50 true talent. Also hidden dev. Another really strong guy as well. Then honestly, you could probably just go to 23 without trading up and just take whatever linebacker's there. And then, of course, the other lineman I wanted, Bill Roberson. No run block, but that's A-okay to me. 41 true. Another hit, and we fixed the O-line. The O-line has got players. Sliders are a little bit lower than normal rebuilds as well because we've been just having too many rebuilds where every team's at 90 within a few years. Still probably going to get pretty high, but we have it at 120 for everything or lower. We have a lineman there. Do we want to go with Barkley? We got a bunch of other linebackers, to be fair. Barkley, though, is super speedy. Ooh, Alex Moore is speedier. Looks insanely raw, but I fall for the speed every time. I don't care. 102 true. Normal dev, but he is solid. Look at the athleticism. There's a reason we do it, Really disappointed not getting Burnett, but overall, it's fine. We got another year without needing a wide receiver for the most part. Although we could go with, like, Henley, 6'6". Ooh, Barkley's still there, too. What's Bryant? Was he was fast, but he wasn't that fast, right? Matt Henley, this is a bad draft pick, whatever. 85 true, normal dev. Yeah, kind of figured it would be a bad draft pick. And all these picks for 134 from the Patriots. Let's see what we want to do with this draft pick. I think it's going to be the linebacker, Shelton Barkley. This guy's going to be better than the other guy we drafted, isn't he? He's going to be hidden. We're just going to waste the other one. Yep, there you go. Wasted draft pick in that 3rd round. It is what it is. We landed a pretty good draft class. Look at the draft recap. 75, 76, 72, 73, 74, 70, 71, 73. Everyone's a 70+. That's good to me. Nolan Bradfield, who is automatically a starting left outside linebacker already. I just think you got to start the guy that's going to be here long term, and especially when he's a superstar. It's pretty good, actually. 52, why not? Anyone else? You had the guard, Gabe Jones. Automatic starter at right guard, I believe. Technically, we only needed 2 linemen, but figured Lucas hasn't really developed super well, so whenever... Ooh, superstar! We've been landing nothing but star and normal dev linemen for a while. I forgot Coates was normal dev, actually, as well. Really good finesse, though. Decent strength. But that's a nice couple of superstars to starter. And then Folds, I think this guy would be your future right tackle, I believe. Pretty damn strong. Good finesse. Fits well, in my opinion, at the spot. Dev of star development trait. Fair enough. And then the rest, do you really care? Probably not. The middle linebacker was a lower overall even than Barkley. Well, Barkley is our middle linebacker number 2, without a doubt. No questions asked. Player traits, star dev. All right, fair enough. Do want to take a look at the two players that we missed, the tight end specifically, and then the wide receiver. Phillips is an 80 overall. 90 speed, 89 XL, or 87 XL, and 89 catching. That guy's going to be X Factor, isn't it? That's going to suck. Oh, that sucks. Could have been worse, though. You know, we ended up getting the... here's the 77 overall wide receiver who was normal dev. But yeah, we ended up getting a superstar edge rusher ourselves. You know, if the guy was normal, it'd feel way worse. So once again, it could be worse technically. Here is the roster for year number 2. Of course, wide receivers are concerned. Probably going to be the number 1 focus for us. O-line, got some names. We got some new hidden dev players, and Folds can replace, you know, Abraham Lucas if we need him to. We are going to be monitoring the preseason situation because Jalen Milroe played better when he replaced Darnold. Don't know what scheme we're going to run, but we obviously have to change the Seahawks scheme. It's just, there's a reason why you never see certain teams win the Super Bowl in Sim. It's not because they have bad players all the time. It's because the Sim logic is all playbook. Seattle is not one that is good in the game. Don't want to always default to Green Bay, but if things get real bad, it's year 4, maybe year 5, year 6, we haven't sniffed a playoff win or a playoff run. Maybe we do that. As far as what we're going to do in this one, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll figure something out. All right, we got some re-signings to take care of. Walker, easiest decision of all time. Woolen, same situation. Cross is a different one. Boya Mafe, different situation. Martinez, I don't even know. Is that supposed to be a thing? Horton. Kobe Bryant. Okay, maybe. JT Wood should have already been off the team, but I don't really care too much. Dixon, we'll pay. We got some big names coming up, so I really think Boya Mafe is probably... not even necessarily a cap casualty, but just a guy we don't want. Simply put, just I don't really want him. I don't really need him. How about that? Is that fair enough? Of course, as far as Walker goes, maybe we get him for 7 years more. So maybe I could have done a 7-year, but that's fine. I think Cross is gone, personally. He's just not playing well, and he's expensive as hell, dude. He's offensive lineman. The smart thing would be to let him go. 18 sacks last year, on par for another double-digiter this season. Is Mafe even playing well? I need to know. Not really. And then the rest, you know, meh. So Darnold played well enough to become the starter, and overall the team played well enough to get us a bye week. And I don't know if this is a goated playbook or not, but we decided to go with the Miami Dolphins. I feel like it's a playbook that is usually decent, but the numbers aren't insane. So let's find out what exactly we got ourselves into. Sam Darnold, 34 touchdowns, 10 picks. 4,000 yards, pretty good. Rushing, average, right? I mean, the touchdowns are insane, but 1,000 yards, you know, worked really well with the sort of limited carries he had. You know, 4.6 yards per carry is pretty damn good. Cooper Kupp, great season. JSN, great season. Horton, not bad. Arroyo, pretty good, actually. Offensive line, yeah, I mean, just why? Why do we keep Cross 13 sacks allowed? Why would we do that? Bradfield, just a 3-4 line, you know, edge rusher in general. That's insane. But it's a rookie, 12.5. This guy's insane, dude. 7 for Mafe, 5 for Murphy, 4.5 for Williams. I mean, I'm not really getting the real-life vibes out of Williams here. Picks, 3 for Love, which is good, and then a bunch of other guys are 2. Is that enough for Barkley to win Rookie of the Year? I don't know. Myers, pretty damn good. Punting, we paid a 3-year for Dixon. Glad we did. Looked good. Yearly awards. Did we win anything? Rookie of the Year? No on OD. Nice. Bradfield would have preferred Barkley, I guess, but Bradfield, we're trying to make him like the guy. Darnold at 8, which is okay. Walker at 2. Wide receiver at 10. O-line at 7. D-line, no. Linebacker, Bradfield again. Mafe at 6. Best DB, no. Best kicker at 8. Got the bye week. I don't know if we even showed you guys the win-loss. We definitely need to because, I mean, it's a hell of a year, dude. It is a sick year. But yeah, 13-4 anyways, right? Getting that bye week, massive. Coming off of the second worst team in the league to potentially the number 1, perhaps. Of course, looking at the first opponent of hopefully many, the Washington Commanders. We demand that name change. I really don't care, dude. Do whatever the hell you want. All right, first playoff, bro. Let's see if we can do some damage. Starting off strong, 10-0. You remember, we win this game. We're in the championship around already, but... also remember that the Commanders had to beat a team to get here, so they're not no slouch. That was right. Yeah, I think that's the one. 17-0, or 3, 17-10, 24-10. The Commanders not done yet. Who has the ball? It is us. They're going to have a sliver of a chance. No, they're not. The clock was running, And with a 24-18 victory, we are headed to the championship round in year 2. Of course, Miami's playbook, I have no idea how good it is. I can tell you this, you never see the Dolphins win a Super Bowl, so say what you will. This performance offensively, yeah, the yards are good, but a lot of, lack of touchdowns, only 3 touchdowns. The Commanders aren't the worst defense in the world, but still. Look, 3 sacks. Dude, Charles Cross is so bad. We gave Frankie Louvu 4 sacks. Now, while, yes, it's like, oh, your Frankie Louvu is not great in the game, he's also technically great in the game. Like, his ratings aren't that good, but he always puts up a ton of sacks. I don't know how it is, what it is, why it is, but, I mean, even when you actually use him, he does well for some reason. It's just, maybe the frame, perhaps? Maybe we should be testing some of that stuff in the future, make YouTube shorts out of it where we test the size of players. Doesn't matter, Does a 6'4" or 6'5" edge rusher do better than a 6-foot tall edge rusher? Like, that's kind of interesting, right? Maybe. But of course, Seahawks versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys. A little DeMarcus Lawrence revenge, perhaps. 87 both sides. I don't even know, to be fair. Did DeMarcus leave because he wanted to? Want to try to get more money? Or did Dallas say, okay, too many injuries, we're done? Or was it a mutual thing? Like, okay, you can try to go get more money. Come back if you don't get what you like. It's not super high and we can afford it. And Dallas like, well, we can't afford it anyways, so we wish you the best. I don't know. Either way, halftime score very equal, 14-10. Dallas, I was about to say, Dallas is looking like they have the upper hand there. It's a 4-point game, 3-point game now. Offenses continue to move. I thought that was an interception. It wasn't. Huge passing touchdown. Come on, defense. Oh, man, defense, please. They do get the stop, and they go for it because they have to, and they don't get it. We're headed to the Super Bowl in year 2. Had to hesitate. I don't know what's going to happen. 28-24 again. The Dolphins offense with the Steelers 3-4 defense. 3-4 defense, the Steelers doesn't matter. It's the best 3-4 defense in the game is like the 12th best defense overall when you compare it to 4-3. Dak Prescott, pretty damn good actually. Darnold, pretty damn good, but still can't avoid those pesky interceptions. Looking at Darnold, he had a rushing touchdown. Okay. Kenneth was pretty good, and then Javonte fumbled. Wide receivers, Horton did well. Of course, we did add the extra 2 years that he is owed on the 4-year deal. Pass rush, Bradfield killed it. Murphy killed it. Coates was decent. A pick for Bland and a clean kicking game for both sides. Again, will lead us to the Super Bowl. We talked about in the past, when you're... I just seen a spider on the screen. The ceiling, that's the thing. I gotta kill that damn thing, dude. It's got me so flustered, Like, I'm not so scared, afraid of spiders that I'm like, I'm gonna run out of the room if I see one. I'm gonna go and kill it. But at the same time, if it spun down on its web onto me, we're gonna have some problems, We have the Bengals here, I think it is. I can see it in the distance perfectly. It's like literally right in my view. The Bengals, who did not have a bye week. They had to beat the Chargers by 14. They had to beat the Chiefs by 6. And then the Bills by 3. So they had a bit of a gauntlet, admittedly. We, on the other hand, the Cowboys are okay in Sim. They're not what they used to be, but yeah, a little bit easier, I would argue. But looking at the offensive dev-ups, Darnold must have been so close to a dev-up, dude. He must have been like maybe 1 or 2 more touchdowns, maybe 100 or 200 more yards, and unfortunately doesn't get it. Defensively, the rookie is an X factor. Damn, what a season. 87 overall. 12.5 sacks for a rookie. Look what Jared Verse did. I know pressures are more important than sacks, that kind of stuff, double team percentage, all that. But, Jared Verse is really good in the game, and he didn't have close to 12.5 sacks, right? Maybe with the playoffs, probably had a pretty good playoffs, but everyone else on the defense, to my knowledge, no one went up in dev, right? Unfortunately. So everyone's still basically a star across the board on both sides of the ball. Like, we have nothing but star devs for the most part. But what we do have that most teams don't, a playoff berth against the Cincinnati Bengals. This would be a hell of a start to this rebuild. It's going to be hard to do, outdo some of the rebuilds we've had. We have had some 4-year or 4 Super Bowl wins. I think we had a 5 or a 6, didn't we? But starting off with a year 2 Super Bowl is definitely a good way to have a chance at it. Yeah, but that's going to be the question of the day. 1 out of 10, how afraid of you are of spiders? Most people are like, 1, obviously. I'm a man. I'm not afraid of those things. You saw one on me? Of course, 17-7, not looking great to have. I would say I'm at like a 4. Like, I wouldn't freak out if one was on me, but I would probably scramble to kill it. So this sort of, kind of, I don't know. Really good comeback chance here, though, as they're going to finish the job. 4 minutes left. 3-point game. Looks like they're going to get a field goal, but you got to get a stop here. If you want a chance, you got to get a stop here. Field goal, cool, whatever. It sucks that we're going to give up points, but as long as it's only 3, we are looking okay. Oh, no, counter! You got to tackle him. I mean, even that is like, the odds are basically gone, but you got to at least tackle him to have a chance. You at least maybe have like 12 seconds to maybe make a crazy play. I don't know. Run commit, of course. What a good shot to the knee. I mean, we're looking at probably less than 12, like 9 seconds on a good day. Maybe you can get them just to make a stupid decision, which, I mean, I don't know why they would. And, okay, in the backfield, get him down quicker than that. 3 tight ends. I mean, there's no reason for them to go for a pass here, so we'll use her Woolen just in case. But this should be a run. And it will be. I thought we were going to give that up. We're looking at maybe 8 seconds. Honestly, I don't even think we want to block. I think we want a chance at a kick return touchdown. Maybe have a little bit more time than we thought. And we're not going to get there. We'll have 10. 11. Okay. We put the fastest man on our team on the kick returns, which is going to be Mr. Tyrone Broden, who doesn't get a chance, unfortunately. Pritchett on the return. And we're further back than we thought we'd be. Oh, no. This is bad. I mean, I have no faith. We'll try, but realistically, this is going to mean nothing. I mean, the post looks potential. There's potential there with Cooper Kupp. But you basically need, like, just a perfect play. It's just, I don't know. Gotta give him a chance, dude. How is that the release? I mean, I guess, screw a Hail Mary. I really wish you could actually run, like, the backyard football stuff. This would be a really good play if someone fast in the cup was on it, but we're just going to go with the screen pass and hope for the best. We do kind of, take him out of the play. This is very promising. And as he doesn't work, Logan Wilson gets the tackle, and we fall short by 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, it's not a bad team to lose to because it's not like, oh, the Chiefs just won another one. Way to go, Seahawks. It's the Bengals. It's like, okay, you don't really mind either team winning. But for us in the Seahawks 10-year rebuild, yeah, I'm not happy. I hate that they just poured cheese all over them. That's not Gatorade. That is a very thick substance, which kind of sounds sus and disgusting. Looking at Darnold, another freaking pick, dude. This time, that interception made the difference. I don't know if it was a pick 6, what it was, but at the end of the day, that, one more possession with time would have potentially changed the game. Throwing that pick is exactly what that is. And sooner than we actually thought, DeMarcus Lawrence just retires on us. Okay, so Bradfield timing was insane, actually. That was, I thought we were going to have him for another year or two, but, he'd be so low, and overall, we aren't going to start him. But no, he just retires, so that's smart of us. 5th-year option for Witherspoon. 5th-year option for JSN. Dude, he gave up 31 sacks in 2 years. I'll offer him a 1-year 24 and put him on the trade block. See you later, man. Oh, I could, dude. I could keep him. Mafe, well, he was pretty bad, right? Like, he had 7 sacks. Our draft pick is really bad, though. We have an extra second, so we could make a trade up if we have to. Lucas wasn't good either. I mean, I would just be thinking about keeping Charles Cross to trade him, really. Do we tag and trade? I mean, we have money right now, so let's do it. Who wouldn't want Charles Cross for 1 year, pretty much? Phillips. I mean, there's some good players here, I suppose. Shakir's on a real-life contract, so there's no point in that. Taylor Moton. I kind of like Folds as our right tackle, and maybe move him to left tackle. We just get a new right tackle. I want to keep the O-line as cheap as possible, so I'm not going to spend money there. Thibodeau. The guy just doesn't play well in Sim, though. Like, what is his numbers in a 3-4? 8 sacks. That's actually not bad. That is not bad. But yeah, Moffitt. No, I don't want you. 6 years is crazy. I do a 5, I think. 5 years, 70. Where does that put us? Puts us in the conversation against the Buccaneers, of course. You know what? That's it. That's all I want. I want Thibodeau if possible. And we get him. Okay, we are locked in for 5 years. Please, for the love of God, Kayvon Thibodeau, just pick it up, man. And of course, the Bengals who just won a Super Bowl just pick up Derrick Henry. Way to go, Ravens. You just gave your rival the freaking chance to win it all. Again. Ooh, I actually kind of like this trade for us. Isaiah Likely and some, okay draft picks. Not even this year. It's next year anyways. Isaiah Likely, 83 overall. We could use a tight end. I don't think Arroyo has been great, and his overall is still pretty low. Isaiah Likely is a guy with a lot of potential. Charles Cross is going to be gone. I just don't like the way he's played for us. We're going to get a new lineman. Maybe even Folds, like I said, just moves over there. But Mr. Likely hopefully doesn't need a contract. I imagine, him being on the Jaguars means they paid him already. So that would be great. But, yeah, I'll take a little corner cut. We're in the draft again. We're at pick 31 this time. So not as good as pick 2 overall, I would have thought. And we are looking for things. One of them things could be Brian McCord. 6'4", 22 years old. Fast enough with a top 5 grade. We definitely want him, but we could, trade up for him if that's something we need to do. You have a DT, 3 to 4. You have some quarterbacks. You have Bullock. We don't really need edge, but it's an interesting topic. Not really, because he's slow. I mean, I think I'm just going to take McCord. I mean, why wouldn't I? He's a top 5. I scouted those wide receivers. We said Cooper Kupp needs to be moving to the 3 spot pretty much. I'd say pick 4 overall. True talents. It is top 5, obviously. Dev, Hidden Dev. That's a great draft pick. That is going to be our wide receiver number 2. JSN, what a journey. Now our wide receiver 1. And then with our next pick, I am really considering this quarterback. I wish I knew more about this guy. Most of the time I do this, it does not work out for us. But Sam Darnold's like 29 now. He's only an 81 overall. If this guy's hidden, he could be the replacement. I'm willing to take a chance. I'm willing to do it. 60, that's a good start, Dev. Oh, that's a great draft pick. Finally, we draft a quarterback when we don't technically need one that is actually good. Like this guy, if this is like, we're doing the smartest thing possible to win games and, become a good team long term, sure, we should start him right now. Screw Darnold. Not going to do that, though. Darnold just took us to a Super Bowl. I can't do that. DT, even though I don't think we need one just yet either. I mean, the guy we got was normal. If this guy's hidden, he starts. That's as simple as it is. True Talent 16. Hidden Dev. That's a great pick. Picks. True Talent 16. We need another lineman. We need a tackle of some sort. Is there any of that here? I can't remember how tall they were. So 6'5". Oh, wow. We need to trade up right now. Childress is like the only guy, and even then, he's kind of hefty. Let's. I don't think the Bengals are going to trade with us. They know that we're pretty much their direct competitors. Eagles are sort of as well, but it's a little different, right? Like the Bengals, we literally just took them on, so there's a chance that we can go right up against them again. Eagles have multiple draft picks. Let's get that pick off of them. I don't want to give them this much, but we're going to have to at least give that and then some, as you can see here. Although we at least didn't trade down a billion times. If anything, we're trading up, which is cool. No future picks, though, which is concerning, but we get ourselves, hopefully, our future right tackle. We'll see if he actually is hidden or not, but Martin Childress, 6'5", 325, 66 true, also hidden Dev. Folds is our new left tackle, Childress is our new right tackle, and then maybe we grab a fullback in the 7th. And instead, it's going to be a super speedy wide receiver, 2 to 3 talent, very quick. Do we get the hidden or not? 77 true? We don't, but we get ourselves a new kick returner, that's for sure. But yeah, there's not really much we wanted in the draft that we didn't get. We got the wide receiver. We got a freaking hidden Dev QB, dude. That's pretty insane. No Jalen Milroe rebuild this time around, it seems, unfortunately. 73 for the quarterback's pretty good. 77 for the wide receiver. That's our number 2 we talked about. 94 spec, really good ratings in general. Very good injury and stamina. All the catch trades. This guy's a really good wide receiver. Let's take a look what that Dev is. Star Dev. If he was an X Factor, he'd be one of the best wide receivers I've seen this Madden. And that's saying something because we've seen some really good ones. But that guy does look great. Quarterback, though, Chris Archer, 73 overall. Basically 80 across the board for accuracies if you mix medium and deep together. This guy looks good. Decent throw power, decent speed. Dev, let's find out. That's the wrong thing. One more. Start out, but that's fine. I mean, even at normal as a 73 overall, that would have been probably worth the pick. But hidden, easy dubs. Roderick Oliver, very good finesse move. He is definitely our number 1 DT. He's also a little bit bigger, so it makes a little more sense there. And Superstar, there you go. Coates, maybe he's a future replacement of Leonard Williams, who knows. O-line, since we're going to be moving to right tackle anyways, you might as well take a look at the Dev. Another guy that's, built to play tackle. He's got all the finesse ratings when he's a guard. Makes sense to put him over there. Dev, also Superstar. Wow, so we've landed 2 Superstar linemen so far in this rebuild. Not bad at all. Wrong thing. Not bad at all, though. Sweet. Still got to do the training camp, but this is the team for season number 3. We've got all stars across the board or higher, except for the fullback who's a tight end, but yeah, who cares? We don't use a fullback. And then defensively, same situation, stars or better. Team looks decent. Obviously, there's still some young players that are trying to hit their full potential, but there's some stars in the making, right? The corners are great. Bradfield's already a star. Love's a really high overall. And then offensively, JSN, Kenneth Walker, potentially wide receiver 2. And then obviously you have Isaiah Likely now on the team. I think that's a realistic trade. I like that we added a little differentness. We need to make some more trades because, there's a lot of new guys coming in and out of the teams across the league that aren't just rookies. But it's hard for me to do that because I don't like to trade for players. I like to draft and develop. That's the way I go. $140 million, and I got to say, Sam Darnold with his contract, not a good time. We've benched him for Archer. We've been losing. He's not playing well. Things have went south very quickly. We're going to keep Charbonnet on a 2-year 8.6. I think that's fair. Running backs, especially backup level ones, really aren't getting paid these days. At this rate, kind of want to pay Derek Hall. Give me a backup that's good. Not paying more than 12, though. 12 on 2. Glad he took it. Cup, probably gone. That regression, if not retirement's going to be tough. Leonard Williams, we'll see if he's, sticking around 82 plus, maybe. But yeah, we got a lot of money and not a whole lot of people to pay, which is not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Year 1, we were garbage. Year 2, almost won a Super Bowl. Year 3, garbage again. Love it. Oh my God, this guy. Bradfield is on par for the greatest edge rusher we've ever grabbed in a rebuild ever. Because yes, we've had some great guys that have, probably put up almost 30 sacks. But how many of those guys have done it in a 3-4? As an outside linebacker, not many. Let's be real. And of course, 3-4s didn't used to be that bad, so maybe it's not as hard to do, but yeah, you can see here, Darnold wasn't great. Not that Archer was much better, but yes, 70% completion percentage is obviously better. Rushing numbers, Walker, touchdowns are down a bit. Yards per carry right up there, though. McCord, 17 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, rookie of the year, potentially. Jason was good, Cup was decent, and then Likely was okay, but, worse than Arroyo, so that's that. O-line, the tackles are always going to suck no matter what your scheme is. But Bradfield, dude, 18 sacks. Oliver, the rookie, with 8. 6.5 for Murphy, 6 for Thibodeau. That is disappointing. Picks were low. Kicking was okay. Punting was obviously really good. Yearly awards, obviously didn't win anything there. Could win Offensive Rookie of the Year with the wide receiver. Maybe Defensive Rookie of the Year as well. We win McCord, the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and somehow Archer was at 3. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Oliver. So we do win some awards, even though it's a completely garbage season. We do win some awards. We guarantee a couple. Actually, we don't guarantee a couple of dev-ups at all. Did we guarantee any dev-ups? Both the guys might already be a superstar. I can't remember. I think the wide receiver was star, but the DT was superstar, though, right? So yeah, we get the offensive dev-up, which is great. It's 84 overall with 120 XP sliders, mind you. Maybe I should just keep it on base, especially for a 10-year rebuild. Either way, let's go to the Super Bowl, which we are, of course, not in. Please don't be the Bengals. I do not want to be the one that didn't hold up our end of the bargain. Okay, Eagles, Ravens, not going to be our year anyways. Those are 2 really tough teams. Having to take on the Eagles and the Ravens to win it all. Oof. As far as who wins in general, it is the Ravens. So that's 2 now, right? So the AFC North has won all 3 Super Bowls. Well, that sucks, huh? Damn, I can't believe we didn't win year 2, dude. That would have been such a burden lifted off of us. Guaranteed success. Everything else is gravy. Of course, McCord, 86 overall, mind you. Unbelievable. 86 overall. Winning Rookie of the Year. Of course, 17 touchdowns, 1,200 yards would put him at easily an 86 overall in the game. Defensively, what do we got? Did Thibodeau? Wait, what? Huh? To be fair, I didn't pay attention to the tackles for a loss. I usually don't. But did he just go up to superstar? We'll absolutely take it because, even then, 82 overall, 26-year-old's not amazing. And he did. Wow. Let's take a look. It must have been tackles for a loss, right? Okay, yeah, 17 tackles for a loss is quite a bit, but he did have, his worst season yet with us of all the teams to do it for. That really sucks. New team. Who's this? Pritchett, of course, also going to Superstar Dev. 25 now? 26. Oh, my God. He's old as hell. But, hey, some good dev-ups, even though it's not a good season. Oh, did Byron Murphy went up in dev, too? Where did all these dev-ups come from, dude? We'll take them, though. The defense like almost entirely went up. I guess the offense is the reason why we didn't make it to the playoffs. But Murphy, this is a smart 5th-year option. But this is a contract that could cost us like $38 million per if we don't get it done ASAP. So I'm going to try and get that done as quickly as possible. This is a guy that could easily stay for the rest of this rebuild, right? He's going to be 30, 31 by the end of this thing. So, I mean, yeah, we can keep him around. Darnold, no. White, no. Cobb, I'll do a 1-year deal worth like 10 if he wants to, which he does take. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. Number 3 wide receiver coming in. And Leonard Williams does not change in dev, or overall, so why not? There you go, $123 million still, which I get it. We're not paying a QB, and, we still got to pay wide receiver and corner, sort of, because, the 5th-year options for those guys, I think, are split for 2 years. So $12 million per year for JSN and $12 million per year for Woolen is a steal. Both could go up to 30. That's, you're starting to eat into those profits, right? That's 40-some mil gone. But yeah, that's just throwing those numbers out there. Free agency, there's some names here, but overall, I don't know if I see us signing anyone. We've already done a really good job of adding new talent that is also young on top of it. And I don't think, okay, I was about to say one team. I don't think anyone's going to be interested in Darnold, but there was a team. But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of money. We could go with a lineman, but outside of a lineman, I'm not sure if we're going to spend any money here. Just don't think we really need anybody. I think we just keep slowly grinding away at developing the team through the draft. And here we are in the draft. Pick 9 overall. Back in the top 10. We said we wouldn't be here, but here we are. Scouted further some of these other positions. I mean, you don't necessarily need edge, but we don't really need much at all, right? So, like, what do you draft when you don't need anything? So, I guess we just take good talent. As much as Thibodeau's a superstar now, and on a contract, he didn't have a great year. So, am I crazy for going this high for Timmy McKinney? I don't think I am. Timmy McKinney, if he's normal, this is a wasted pick. True Talent 8 is hidden. That makes things interesting. I'm not sure what we do with that, but we landed a good player. That's all I can ask for. With this pick, I think we're going to trade down because maybe we do need something crazy next year. We're like, oh yeah, we can't afford any of this. We got to get rid of this, and that, So we're going to do that right now with the Bills because we'll probably just trade down, pick 90, turn these 2 picks into maybe some more linemen. Maybe a linebacker, actually, because Ernest Jones really hasn't developed super well, and he is going to need a contract like next season, I think. With this pick, do we take a linebacker here? I do like Ben Benjamin, which is, what an elite name. Ben Benjamin, pure line speed. Straight line, he's good. 25 true, normal dev. What a draft pick there. Some complete waste right there. That's tough. We have 3 draft picks in the 3rd round, by the way. Linebacker again? Do you go linebacker again? You got a day 3er. We don't really need linemen anyways. Trey Starling, who looks really... he looks like garbage. I'm sorry. I scouted him further, but no. Those accuracy, or those potentials just don't look great. Billy Sanderson, that's going to be the pick. Billy, 21 age, hidden dev. This draft class kind of sucked, can't lie. Gonna end up trading off 90 for a next year. Actually, to be fair, maybe if 18 will get us like a second next year. It's got to be a team, dude. It's got to be a team that expects to do well. No. Eagles next year? 27s. No, they're 27s. I'd rather just take... I don't even know what I'd rather take with somebody else. That's way too far in the future. Hello? Tell me why it cost this much to get the Panthers for a 2nd-round pick next year. We gave them a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th this year, which alone should have been enough. Oh, wait, did I give them... I gave them the 90 pick. Okay, maybe that makes more sense. I thought I gave them 18, but I guess not. With that, we're going to take Pat St. Louis. Didn't really need Tyrese Knight anymore. All that for that. Of course, we did get the 2nd round next year. But all that bothersome for basically nothing. And the draft recap. This guy's actually a really good overall. He's probably going to drop by a ton of points when we actually put him in the starting lineup. Well, I wouldn't say in the starting lineup, but we move him over actually to linebacker. But still, I mean, even then, right now, he's looking pretty good. Dev. Okay, that makes things interesting. Sure. That's okay. That's a-okay. Normal development rate there. Not a great draft outside of that really good edge rusher, though. I don't even think we're going to start him either. Like, I had the knowledge of him being an X Factor that would have had me start him, but that's about it, right? Like, I would have not... If I did... Oh, wow. I randomly scouted Branson, and I simmed. I forgot I even had this guy on there. And it works out for me. It looks pretty good. Also, wasn't he white? No, he wasn't white. It was the fullback. But, yeah, okay. So we had one really good player, which thankfully was an X Factor, who we're not going to start right away because I think Thibodeau would have gotten the nod for another season, and then if he struggles, that's when you bench him. By the way, I found, like, the greatest punter I've ever seen, like, rookie-wise. 99 kick power and accuracy. We don't really need a punter, but, you know, that's all I've got. And, you know, that's all I've got for you. Cardi is our freaking kicker as well. I like things around here. I like how it's going. And here is the roster for year number 4. One thing we've done really well with, though, I think, is the offensive line. Like, they're maybe not the best of overalls just yet, but a lot of guys with high potential. And then obviously wide receivers look pretty good. Need a new wide receiver 3, but overall, I mean, we got a lot of youth at the receiver position, maybe tight end. You know, needs replacement, likely 84 overall, but he's 27 already. Quarterback 1, I really want Jalen Milroe to have a chance, though, so we're going to give him a shot in preseason, even though he needs a contract already, even though he's 25, even though Archer is the much better player long-term, obviously. I got to give Jalen Milroe a chance. And then defensively, you know, maybe Leonard Williams and Ernest Jones need to be replaced, but overall, everyone else, I like it. So no one has the win nod over the other one, as all 3 games were a loss. Let's take a look at the performances. Not a great start for Milroe, but not much better from Archer. Then in the second game, take a look at the quarterbacks. Milroe outplaying Archer, so you can argue slightly nod for Milroe, but even then, is it really outplaying him? You know, the completion percentage is a lot better on Archer. It's very similar performances for the first 2 weeks. So is there a big one here in game 3? Archer did get outplayed. Milroe, I think, as crazy it is, I think Milroe won the job, dude. Oh, my Lord. Well, Milroe starts. Hey, Jalen Milroe, star dev on a breakout dev scenario. Oh, my Lord, look at all the money we got. So, yeah, there's going to be some names to pay. Murphy is one of them. We're going to do a 7-year 167. Oh, come on. Take the deal, would you? JSN, another, you know, I mean, that's not a bad contract for all things considered. Let's do a 5-year deal there, 128. There you go. Anyone else besides Witherspoon, who will also begin to cost 16 million? What is this theft? We'll do a 5-year deal on that and just hope he gets a superstar dev, right? 151 mil. Pritchett, I would like to keep the squad intact, so 3-year deal there. Eman Wari, not that bad, actually. This is another potential forever move here. Might be able to keep him forever. 10 million per year is a theft. Zabel, we'll do a 4-year. I mean, once the quarterbacks need to be paid, which, I mean, who even knows who we're keeping? I'll do a 2-year on Ernest. We have 110 million left. Julian Love, if I can do a 2 for sure. If I can't, then maybe not. I don't know. Tag situation, perhaps. Jalen Milroe, I don't know what to do here because A, he would be paid more if he was our long-term starter. B, he's not really playing well. So I'll do a 2-year deal on a 11, maybe, but I don't know, dude. This is easily our weirdest quarterback situation. Like, we're year 4, and we have no idea who our starter is. Like, we just don't. And sadly, our punter needs no contract yet, so you just let that really good punter go. And as far as Cardi goes, how well has he played? 5 of 6. Man, we got to get some more opportunities for these kickers, dude. We're just not moving the ball. 5-year 18.5. We're just hoping for the best there. I mean, we're always hunting for deals. Basically, that's the long story short. And just like last year and the first year, not a great overall situation. 5-12. Look at Cam Ward killing it. Jalen Milroe. We did start Archer to start, for the final 2 games, and he wasn't good either, dude. I don't know what to tell you. We got a 2-year 13 for Milroe, which the way he just played makes sense. Receivers weren't good. Nobody was good on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, though, look at Thibodeau. 13.5. 10.5 for Bradfield. I like it. The picks were okay, I guess. Cardi was good enough. Dixon was good enough. Yeah, still just a super disappointment. We ran, speaking of Joe Burrow, the Bengals offense, so in theory, oh, there we go, best linebacker with Thibodeau. In theory, just saying, all right? Oh, man, the Bengals are back in the freaking Super Bowl. Is this another AFC? Brother, is this 4 straight AFC North Super Bowl wins? Ravens, Bengals. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Retirements. Anybody? We might maybe Cup. Not that we care anyways or let him go. No retirement there. Like we said, we got Jalen Milroe. We did not land everybody, though. Julian Love is still kind of on the fence. Try to get a 2-year 28. Didn't take it. We'll have to see right now. Ooh, Bradfield, absolutely, dude. That's going to cost a lot no matter what. 2-year 21. Oh, now someone's realizing their ceiling. 2-year 26. We dropped that money, huh? You had your chance. You had your chance. Get the hell out of here. We're going to lose Leonard Williams this season. And then that punter, I guess we let go. We did, for some reason, it was like, looked like it was showing us that Bradfield still, no? Okay, it was Cooper Kupp. I can't do it. We got to get a new receiver, start developing someone in the background. We still have $100 million, but obviously Archer is going to need a contract, and this is going to be the year where we're probably just going to give him the reins. Jalen Milroe didn't get it done. 30 touchdowns, 22 picks. It's just a lot, right? Quentin Williams, great. Gibbs, great. Worthy, great. All these players are great. But unless they want to join us on like a 1-year deal, I don't think I am interested. These are some very good players that cost just a little too much, in my opinion. So unless you go like Cooper Beebe, who we don't even need, I'm probably refraining from free agency, as per usual. We got a Liam McNeil, 2-year, $44 million deal. I don't know how that's going to work out, but giving me like Leonard Williams signing vibes. So decided, hey, let's try to strike gold twice, just like the Seahawks did. All right, so we have pick 2 overall again. We said we wouldn't be back here, but guess where we are, boys. We've done it. We've killed it. I did not look at this tight end because I had no idea there would be someone this, we'd be this high. I thought we were like top 6, top 7. I don't know what to do with this draft pick. Do you take a wide receiver, Larry Cheeks? There's a lot of fast wide receivers. Who's the best? Screw it, pick 2 overall wide receiver. You didn't expect that, did you? You did not expect me to pull the trigger on anyone at pick 2 overall, let alone a wide receiver. You didn't expect it, but guess what you got? You got exactly that. We have a sick trio of wide receivers now. Looking at... I should have looked at the tight end further. I should have looked. Either way. Corner, Lambert's there. Sounds good to me. Alan Lambert, 7 overall, true talent, normal dev, unfortunately, but solid player. Got that extra second-round pick off of the Panthers. That actually was pretty bad. AKA, they did good. They did well. So with that pick, we are going to take the tight end, Eric Rodgers, I suppose. He looks okay. He's not amazing, but if he's in dev, he might just start because Isaiah Likely is going to be gone. And he is in dev, so I can definitely trade Isaiah Likely if we want. Or do we just sit this tight end as a backup, try to win it all this year? I highly doubt it. I mean, we've been struggling, so it would make no sense that would happen. I forgot I scouted safety, by the way. Screw it. I mean, we're just grabbing players left and right. 32 true. Hidden dev out of a guy I didn't look at until just now. I forgot that I scouted safety because I didn't know if we were going to get Julian Love, and I was thinking, okay, maybe we can get a corner out of a safety position, and wow, all right, fair enough. Let's move down to the 4th-round pick, and 4th round, and then with our pick, take an offensive lineman, maybe Hyde. Looked all right. See what we want to do there, if he's there. Quarterback's still there. He doesn't look terrible. I don't think he's good, but even like a 69 overall in the 4th round is not bad. Where is our lineman, Mr. George Hyde? Doesn't look amazing, but had some pretty good pass blocking stuff. You assume hidden. There you go. You're getting a guy with like basically no run blocking, but those are the types of guys that usually land hidden dev for me. And then with this pick, we take a pretty decently fast power back in Bob Fitzgerald. We're going to lose, either we already lost Charbonnet or we're going to lose him. 47 true talent's not bad. Somewhere in the low 70s, so right. 6th round, probably looking for one of those speedy wide receivers. There was more than just the guy we took, a lot of them. This was a very speedy wide receiver class for sure. As you can see, you have 2 guys in the 4.24 range, and the guy we drafted was 4.24. So, I mean, this class was just next level with that kind of stuff. I really don't know who's better. A deep route is kind of calling to me, so I guess we take Zaire House. 59 true. Normal dev, damn. If any of the other guys are there at 7 in the 7th round, we'll take them as well. Every wide receiver in the entire league belonged to us. And was Fitzgerald the other fast guy? 53 true talent. Wow, we actually got it wrong. I mean, we got him anyways, hidden dev, but we got it wrong. Also, that pick 2 overall was a complete waste in the end, huh? Went pretty heavy on the wide receiver that we probably don't need, right? Our wide receiver room is good enough as is. Everyone's a 70 or higher. A couple of normals in there, but for the most part, hidden dev. 76 overall. Give me that superstar. It's going to be star dev. I'm surprised he was even star dev, to be honest. And there he is, star dev. Tight end doesn't matter. We're not starting him anyways. The corner, even though he's normal, let's take a look at the overall. 77 overall. 82 man, 76 zone. Pretty good. We then look at the rest. Bob. I don't really care too much about Bob. 98 speed for like all these wide receivers, pretty much. Unbelievable. We know Fitzgerald's going to be superstar, very likely superstar. Anyone else? The free safety Woodward. I mean, these are some really good draft picks. I mean, we absolutely just dominated. This guy would be playing strong safety, if anything, or he would stay a free safety. We move E-Man Warrior to strong safety, but either way, the guy he's replacing sooner or later is going to be Julian Love when that contract is up, or even as soon as next season when potentially Love regresses so hard that it's just not worth it anymore. Might as well start the young guy to develop in his place. Eric Rodgers, he's going to be the backup, even though he probably has a lot of potential. He's hitting dev. Just because Isaiah Likely right now is the better choice. And here's the team for, is it already year 5? Year 5, Archer's going to get the start. Jalen Milroe had a chance, and it just didn't work out. All right, Archer's what, 23, 24? 24 years old. Still got a long way ahead of him. Milroe's 26 now. It's time. All right, it's time to move on. Gonna rock the same Bengals scheme. I want to see if, Archer's any better. I don't know, dude. It's been a strange rebuild. Thankfully, this has been a 10-year because we clearly will not get it done at 5. I mean, unless we somehow win right here, it's probably unlikely. Oh, here it is. $52 million and some names to re-sign. Looking at everything I see here, I think you keep the middle linebacker, left tackle, the center, and everyone else you let go. Not that there's everyone else in this situation because you got guys like McCord coming up, so... I mean, even those names I worry about. Gabe Jones, 100% gone. He wants $20 million. Maybe you can get him on 17 per. Not worth it. Whereas a guy like Roberson, he wants like $9 million potentially. $9 million per year, I'm willing to do a 7. We'll have to bump it slightly. Folds, similar situation. I do a 4-year because I don't want to lock ourselves in too much. Already down $30 million. Down to $30 million, I should say. And that doesn't count Archer. It doesn't even count Barkley, who's right here. So, yeah. Things are getting bad. All right, things are getting pretty bad. So Bill Roberson says he wants to play for a new team. We lose one hell of a contract. 7-year, was it a 5-year 70, I think? And it's gone. It is currently out of here. All right, so we had to change the playbooks up. I don't know if it's going to get us a playoff spot. It is at 9-8. We were 3-5. Went to Green Bay's playbook because that's just how it goes, dude. You got to change the playbooks up. EA is not a fan of variety. I don't even know when it was. 3-5, so it would have been right here. Did we actually lost another game? Did we lose another game? Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, so we lost the Rams game. Oh, we did. We lost the Niners. But then we won 3 in a row, lost 2 in a row, won 3 in a row again. So, obviously way better. That's all that needs to be said. It's way better. Let's take a look at the stats and awards. JSN, top 3 for yards. Chris Archer, not much better. He was like, I don't even know. It was 14 touchdowns, 12 picks. Switched the playbook up, 27-20, which is better, but not by much. Walker had his best year yet. JSN was great, but not by touchdowns. McCord was good. Cheeks was good. Likely was okay. O-line, Pass rush, D-line, very good stuff. Murphy, amazing. Bradfield and Thibodeau, pretty solid. And McNeil, not bad. Looking at picks, very bad. Only 4 on the year. Cardi, not a great year. Michael Dixon, never had a year, never had a rebuild where he was bad. Just never had. Looking at the offensive yardage, 7th. As far as the awards go, anything at all? Larry Cheeks, apparently not Cheeks at all. Offensive Rookie of the Year, huge win. Best running back, Kenneth Walker. Best linebacker, number 2 for Bradfield. Number 4 for Thibodeau, I think. Good year for the defense. Again, team overall makes the playoffs, 93 overall. Can we win one? We almost won it in year 2. And then it's been nothing but dread ever since. We now have a proper Madden sim playbook. Is this the year we win it all? Year 5. In a normal rebuild situation, this would be like, insanely clutch. So we'll see if we can actually do it. Not that it matters because we're doing a 10-year anyways. But, yeah, it'd be nice to actually win a damn Super Bowl in this rebuild. 7-3. Still holding strong at 7-3. It's 10-7. We did scout O-line as well because we figured this is going to happen. That's usually one of the first things to go when you're trying to, keep a team afloat is the O-line. And the defense does a really good job. Obviously, the offense clutching up to finish the drive out anyways, but They, 20-14, I think it was. Was it 20? 21-14. Defense locked up. Offense finished the rest. Archer was good. Technically not as good as Dak. It kind of depends on how you view it. Especially since we had 2 rushing touchdowns. You'd definitely say that Archer was better. Cheeks with a touchdown, Lamb with a touchdown, but, Cheeks had more yards. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Murphy 2.5, Parsons 1.5, Thibodeau 1, Herbig 1, half for a couple other guys. We're handling the Cowboys pretty well, let me tell you. But unfortunately, sadly, we are not going to be able to have a home game. We are stuck on the road in the playoffs if we make it far. Oh, actually, that's not true. We were the 5 seed. I thought if 9-8, we'd for sure be the 7. But we were better than the Lions and Falcons, who are both 9-8 as well. We talked about how lucky this Seahawks team was earlier on, how they went 9-8 and 10-7, and both times missed the playoffs. You can see here, they not only made the playoffs at 9-8. Wow, look at the Rams at 92 overall. But they also were the 5th seed. So, just unlucky, man. 10-7 missing the playoffs is insane. As a Packers fan who took, our team took the final spot, they almost choked it. So the competitiveness was kind of there in the top, half of the conference. As far as the Rams go here, 92 overall, man. 7-7 so far. Looking okay. We get the ball at half as well, so we get a field goal to start. They get a touchdown, though, so we're down by 4. We get a field goal. It's a 1-point game. I love the resiliency. I love it. You're worried a little bit. You're like, okay, trends are telling us if we don't score a touchdown, the Rams are going to win this game. But no, they kept kicking their field goals, and in the end, it was enough points, 26-21, to win the game and head back to the championship round. Dwight Nixon, not a bad performance there at all. Archer, technically outplayed by Dwight, but yeah, you get another rushing touchdown, which, a lot of times when you compare those quarterbacks all the time, you're like, oh, well, this guy only has this many touchdowns and whatnot. Oh, wow, they missed the field goal. That might have been big, actually, in the playoffs. So clearly they're not as good. It's like, well, in the playoffs, you kind of just score anyway. In general, you score any which way you can. But in the playoffs specifically, you don't care how you score. The fullback will get 4 touchdowns. If you win the game, you don't care. Go to the championship round. I am yapping, by the way. I apologize. I am yapping. 11-6 Bears. Surprised to see them in the championship round, but Caleb Williams, who I don't know what dev he is, apparently not X Factor, he gets pretty good in Madden after a couple of seasons. Oh, great. My dead pixel's back on my damn screen. I got a drift stick controller, left stick, mind you, which is way worse than a right stick drift. And a dead pixel on my screen. My technology is failing around me, okay? Really good defense so far. 17-3, and in typical Chicago fashion, when they do actually make the playoffs, they just struggle to score on them. You look at the recent history of the Chicago Bears, what is their average score per game? It's got to be low as hell. I want to actually look this up. I'm yapping, but this is at least a historical yap. As historical as in it's one of the worst yaps of all time, the longest yaps ever. Yeah, since 2006, which is when they lost the Super Bowl, they put up 17 points in that Super Bowl. Mind you, one of those was the kick return touchdown from Devin Hester. They put up 14 against Green Bay at the championship they lost that allowed the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl. Had to bring that up, I'm sorry. Then they put up 15 points against the Eagles when, of course, the double doink. Then 9 points against the Saints. And it's just crazy how little they've made the playoffs in general in that time period. Could the Bears be back? Possibly. They could be back. This NFC North is going to be crazy. And I'm here for it, dude. As much as oh my God, dude, if we lose this game, it's literally AFC North Super Bowl winners 5 years straight. But I'm all about it. I'm all about the rivalry. As much as I loved the whole, damn, the Packers have this many straight. It is. It's good. The division, NFL football in general, it's most fun when the division games are tough. Was Thibodeau already? When did he get X Factor? Because it wasn't during. When the hell did he get X Factor? He must have had a Player of the Week, huh? Let's see where that let's look at Player of the Week. If we had a Player of the Week, that's going to be the guarantee. Again, never once in one of my franchises actually playing have I ever had this happen. Because I'm cheating. That's the only reason why I get these devs. It is just, a case of, it's pretty rare in these rebuilds, and we go through way more seasons in these rebuilds than anything else. Or was he already X Factor before? I don't know, because dude's an X Factor, and I have no idea how that happened. I remember Superstar. Got the dev up from the tackles for loss. I don't know where else. Either way, Ravens, Seahawks, another Bird Super Bowl back-to-back, I believe. We've seen our dev ups, which was like one. I'm saying Thibodeau, even though it wasn't him, apparently. Here it is for all the marbles. Our second time going to the Super Bowl. Please give us one ring. I don't care if we miss the playoffs the rest of this rebuild. Going to the end of the game, Seattle scores 7. Come on, defense. There you go. Seattle scores a field goal. That's good. Defense stops again. Huge field goal drive. Second half, this game is far from over. That's a good play, though. 21-7. That touchdown will do it. And who would have thought going to the Green Bay offense would have won a Super Bowl? I will say we did keep it to a 3-4, though. All right, we did keep it to a 3-4. Jalen Milroe might not have been the quarterback leading us to the Super Bowl, but arguably we could put the title, Jalen Milroe is a Super Bowl champion. I don't know, dude. I'm not going to do that, but he is a Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm trying to think if there's like any player that I would have loved to see win one before he left, but I don't think that happened. I think, we lost Cobb. We obviously lost Metcalf. That was before the rebuild even started. Leonard Williams, I could have re-got him too. That's painful that Leonard Williams is not a champion with us. It kind of sucks. Anyone else? I don't know. But Chris Archer, great game, obviously. Lamar, nowhere near as good. Under 60% completion percentages is the signs of either inaccuracy or just an offensive line that struggled. Kenneth, pretty damn good at consistency. McCord, what a game. That's like a Mike Evans stat line. Just catch everything. Throw everything at him, catch everything, win every game. But great game there. Of course, in these 10-year rebuilds, because I love to yap anyways, to shorten them up, after the Super Bowl, we continue, watching the games to see if we can, win back to back to back to back. But as soon as we lose a game in the playoffs, we just sim those games and we just, see how far we can go, just leaving the games out, because we got to cut time where we can, and apparently I'm not going to cut all the yapping I do. For the retirements, we had a couple of guys in the trenches and Mr. Xavier Woods. $50 million left, which is a nice little boost. $20 million more than we thought. Still can't believe we lost that center. I mean, we can maybe tag him. Oh my god, dude. Tag is 14. I think that's an okay price, because you maybe try again next year to re-sign him long-term. Need a new guard. We did get the tackle back, and we're going to be so broke, we might even need a new wide receiver, which we already have in our 3 slot that can go to the 2 as our boundary. But Dixon, as much as I don't want to pay a punter, he's so good. I got to keep Michael Dixon. All right. Are Seattle Seahawks fans, are they dedicated to the guy? Do they like Dixon? And no, that wasn't like a joke, like, oh, they like Dixon. Their ass or something. That was a wild one. I don't know. But let's take a look at free agency. Jordan Mailata. I mean, sure, he's great, but we are pretty broke. Jalen Hurts. Jared Verse. Be nice, but our edge is actually pretty damn good. Gabe, sadly, is being seeked. He's being sought after. Isaiah Likely, nobody wants him, so that makes me feel better about our decision to let him go, because I didn't want to let him go, but we are definitely doing that. Tight end. I mean, this guy's definitely better than our guy, so if we can get him on like a crazy cheap deal, you got to pay our guy at some point anyways. We do a 5-year deal here. We knock out the tight end for the rest of this rebuild. 5.5 per is a theft. Let's see if we can get it. See if anyone wants him. Someone will. Someone's going to snipe. Not yet, but someone will get in there. They're going to steal him. Or not. Everyone's broke. 5-year, $27 million. The tight end market is dead. $5.5 million for this tight end, who I hope is a non-blocking. Okay, he's a possession guy. He's good. That's our tight end one. Fair enough. $5.5 million. That's like rookie deal stuff. We'll take it. I mean, for him, if let's say the market's really that bad, to guarantee retirement for yourself, I mean, again, I've talked about it in the past, and I'm going to start yapping again. The feeling of knowing when you're young that you could never work again and be set for life is got to be a feeling like no other. Like David Carradine, when he, erotica asphyxiated himself. Is that what that is? I mean, even he didn't feel a high like that, I imagine. Although he technically did feel that because he was also rich. I don't know where I was going with that. Let's go into the draft. I also don't think there's any auto in there. I think that's if you do that while you're in a car. That's not a thing. Alrighty. Draft. Is there a position we absolutely need right now? I think like a lineman. Ooh, Randy. He actually stayed as a top 5. That's a generational. I mean, he's 6'3". Need a guard out of him. I don't know when he would go, so I'll go to 20. he's there at 20, I'll trade up. I can't do any higher than that because we're going to need some future positions like linebacker, I think. Like, linebacker is going to be a problem. Is Ernest still on the team, actually? Okay, well, that's not what I want to do, but sure. Ernest is still on the team, but he's probably got like a year left, if I'm not mistaken, on that contract. So, pretty costly trade as we trade a first, a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, with a fourth next and a fourth the following year to move up only like 11 spots, but that top 5 guy, dude, he's like literally like generational, right? This guy's not going to be top 5. Well, I mean, technically he is, but he's going to be number 1, I think. I argue number 1. And yeah, I mean, he just looked like not just, a top 5, but a generational top 5. So unless there was someone else really, really good in this class, this felt like a 78 to 82 overall type of player. And that's exactly what we get. Next position would probably be a linebacker. There really wasn't many. I scouted one of them a little bit further. I guess DT would also be a concern of ours. And Ramsey was pretty good. Corey Ramsey looks pretty good. Fast enough. That's going to be the guy we go for. Corey Ramsey, 17 true. Also hidden. Okay, those are the positions that I'm a little iffy on. Linebacker is one of them. But at least that center was goated, apparently. He's got to be in the 80s. He's going to put him at guard probably, or move our center to guard. And of course, he landed a great linebacker. There we go. We landed ourselves a pretty damn good fullback as well in Bryce North. I love when the game crashes. I hate that. That's another bug that they don't know about. I don't know if it's offline only. I think it is. Where if you have Mr. Relevant in the 7th round, always glitches out. All right, the draft has recapped. Vinny Davis, actually not bad. 65 overall for Mr. Irrelevant. Like, this is actually a really good player. Like, you could definitely turn that into a star quarterback. I remember the days of Madden where, that was like a quarterback you would get in the 1st round, those ratings. I don't know what it is. Like, am I crazy? But 78 deep, 73 medium, 79 short with 90 throw power. Like, that's not bad at all. Unless the thresholds are way lower now and those numbers aren't actually that bad. Of course, the center, I'm kind of just glancing over because I expected him to be pretty good. I don't know if I expected him to be 92 overall good, but I suppose I did expect him to be decent, and that's exactly what he is. Superstar Dev, I think it is right guard we need, right? So that's where we're going to play him. Then we have Corey Ramsey, who will be some sort of middle linebacker of the future for us. Might as well take a look at the dev since we're looking anyways. I'm thinking, he replaces next year, as soon as next year. Only star dev, sadly, but it's an okay draft. Not a huge quantity draft, but a lot of quality. And here we are for season number 6. Now, the team looks pretty good. We just got a Super Bowl win under the belt. I mean, all is well. Obviously, we lost a little bit. The offensive line took a little bit of a hit, but overall, we are still intact. I think that's going to change upcoming. When you got to pay some pretty big names, but overall, for 6 seasons in, not looking too bad. Not having a great start to the year, but we're having a year. Okay, we're existing. 37. Remember when we talked about how this is going to cost us a lot of money? Yeah, there's the contract. 4-year, 152. Was it a 5-year you wanted? Well, yeah, there's no way he's going to take it if once a 5-year. Yeah, oh, wow. This is going to save us so much. The wide receiver market somehow completely collapsed. That's the only explanation. I mean, you should have seen it. Jordan Mailata was a free agent. Trey Hendrickson was an 89 overall, was a free agent. Right tackle's gone for sure. Can't afford that. Archer, what is going on with these contracts, man? EA's got to do something in the future about the salary cap because it's just clearly not keeping up with where it should be, and it's causing deep rebuilds to really suffer realism-wise. What else do we have? Woolen, we could definitely do a 1-year. Looking like corner might need to be something we replace. Speaking of corner, though, Lambert might even be on here, and he never even got a chance to start. Where is he? He's got to be here. Is it maybe next season? Speaking of next season, McKinney, we never even gave him a chance. I guess you trade him in the offseason. I mean, it's nice to have, a good player as your backup the whole time, but yeah, we're just wasting him. So Julian Love's gone. We have a replacement. Ernest Jones gone. We have a replacement. Aleem McNeil is gone, but we don't need a replacement because DT's not too hard to draft. Milroe's gone. Going to try to get Roberson. Didn't work out last time. Childress, you got to let go. I mean, look how broke we are. We have $30 million left. We're losing everyone not named Bradfield, Roberson, and that's it. Everyone else is gone. To the playoffs, a way better finish than what it started. When I said things aren't going well, we were 5-5. As you can tell, we finished 12-5 with the number 1 seed. Unbelievable. Kenneth Walker, number 2 for yards. Let's take a look at the win-loss on the season. 5-5, like we said, and then bam, won, what was that, 7 in a row? one hell of a year, at least one hell of a finish. Let's take a look at the stats and awards as we see Archer had a killer year with the Packers scheme all year long. Receivers were really good, especially JSN, who finally, I would imagine, gets to superstar. McMullen, almost 700 yards. Could get a dev up. Very close to it, borderline. O-line was, as good as Madden's going to give you. Bradfield was amazing, so worth I think it was a 5-year 195 I gave him. Oliver, 11.5, he's gone. McNeil, 10, he's gone. Thibodeau, 8, should be gone, but we got to keep him. He's got that long-term contract. Witherspoon should go to superstar. I think he was only star still. Cardi's getting worse as the years go by, so is Dixon, but Dixon's still killing it. Offensive yards, number 2. Josh Allen, how many MVPs in a row has this guy won, by the way? DevUps, we got best QB, so that's a guaranteed dev up, and we also got best linebacker. Bradfield worth every penny. We got our kicker to number 2 as well. Let's see if we're going to win back-to-back or not. Of course, like we said, going to go in and watch the sim for these games, and then the very first time we lose the playoff game, it's going to be just straight-up simming instead of going in. It's funny, I've really wanted to get these rebuilds to like 2 hours or less. Usually they get to 2:30, and then you look at how long like college football rebuilds are, and people uploading them. It's like 2.5, 3 hours minimum, and they don't even come close to 10. It's like maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it's not that long of a video. YouTube content's just getting longer and longer these days. YouTube's going to start charging us to post content. It would not surprise me. It really wouldn't. Like that's kind of the worry as we're killing it right now. 28-10, 35-10. With the whole like demonetization of content not deemed worthy, which is mainly AI, but like who's to say they don't extend it to, well, you just posted a 6-hour video, you got 100 views. Our bandwidth isn't exactly free. Like, I really don't know how Google does it. I really don't. I'm yapping again, but we're kind of deep into this rebuild. The people still watching, you guys are real ones. You're real ones. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. You could be a real one and not subscribe. It happens. I've done it. I'm not perfect. Maybe leave a like. But yeah, as we go in against the Packers, I'm sorry that I treat these like podcasts at times, but they're so long. I need to yap about something. If you don't like it, I apologize. I can leave it robotic mode. Hey, championship round. What happens now? I got the Packers as well. A little bit of history there. Some pretty iconic games in there. The Packers super choking, and obviously the Hail Mary and all that nonsense. But yeah, how much YouTube is up there? Like, it's got to be like quadrillionites to bytes. I don't even know. Like millions of terabytes? I'm not even sure. But either way, while we're yapping, the team is getting clapped. I don't know. We're up by a bit now, up by 10, and we win the game. Okay, so we almost got clapped. We did the clap back, and we've spent the entire playoffs yapping away about nothing. As Archer and Love have, they're good games, but the touchdowns, not super high. Picks, they each threw 1. Fitzgerald, 2 touchdowns. We don't really care who gets the touchdowns as long as we're scoring them. Pick for Barkley, pick for Lewis. And then a missed kick from Bass, which may have played a little factor. Who knows? They were down by 10 at one point. Instead of a field goal drive, they maybe turn that into a touchdown drive and tie the game up. I don't know. As we are going on to the Super Bowl, who is it going to be against? This is the first Super Bowl that doesn't have an AFC North team in it. By the way, we saved the day. We ended the AFC North streak of winning Super Bowls. Just, in case anyone wanted to thank us, we got that for you. Of course, JSN wins, was the best wide receiver? I'm not even sure, but he goes up in depth. That's all I can tell you. Our quarterback definitely won best QB. Sucks that it came down to going to Green Bay offense, but yeah, knew it was going to happen. I can't believe the contract, though. What did it give him, a 7-year 70 or something? It's cooked, okay? It's just cooked. Defensively, I don't know. Witherspoon, maybe? I really have not kept up with the defensive dev-ups at all. And it was Witherspoon, okay? Fair enough. Got a couple of dev-ups in there. Some pretty big, important names. 2 of them, they're kind of the cornerstone of the Seattle Seahawks going forward, it seems. As we're headed into back-to-back Super Bowls now, this will be our 3rd of the rebuild. So we're at like a 50% Super Bowl rating right now, which it didn't really feel like that because, of course, we had some really bad seasons. 2 seasons where we had pick 2 overall and 1 with pick 9. So 3 seasons of top 10 draft picks, 3 seasons of Super Bowl berths. Kind of insane, actually. 7-3 over the Chargers so far. 14-3, looking good. Defense is doing its thing. Offense can put it away potentially. Field goal before half keeps it one possession. We get a touchdown after half, puts it away almost, and that touchdown right there will do it. 28-21. We hold on, and the Seattle Seahawks have won back-to-back Super Bowls with us now having to go into a third straight Super Bowl, actually going into each sim. Of course, what a season. 5-5 into 12-5, which gives you the first round bye. And then, of course, with that, you win another Super Bowl. As if it wasn't already a success with that first Super Bowl, it's definitely a success now with the back-to-back. Of course, this Seattle Seahawks team is right up there with some of the other teams. You know, like, I wouldn't really say the Steelers, but definitely the Packers, with teams that had the pieces in place to win multiple Super Bowls and just didn't, you know? With Russell Wilson, one Super Bowl with that team is a travesty. Just same as Green Bay's, team, the year after, going 15-1 and losing right away. I mean, just some really disappointing losses for those two teams. I know I always interject the Packers, but more than ever, very relevant. There's some heartbreakers in there, at least from the Packers side with these two teams, but yeah, I bring up the Packers every time. I apologize. As we see Seattle losing David Montgomery, Jordan Lewis, and Grover Stewart, obviously all backup mentor-type players. As far as our salary cap goes, unless some money shows up, nothing has changed from what our projections look like, which means we were smart for not going for guys like Oliver, Childress, or, the others like McNeil or Ernest Jones or whatnot. So we are losing a lot of good players, but a lot of them are on the regression point. Like Love already regressed massively. Jones is 30. McNeil's 30. These guys aren't, but they're also going to take our entire salary cap. You see that. I mean, it's just not viable. McKinney, we try to trade off probably in the offseason to fill some of these voids. Got some really good players in here that TJ Watt retired, which is kind of crazy, that we are needing to replace. Free agency, it's not going to be something we spend money in, but still nice to look around. Who is this? Who is Brian Ross, 95 overall quarterback? Who are you, X Factor man? Decently fast, really good throw power, really good accuracies. Guy's good. What's he ask anyways? It is 56 per. Not bad, actually. Of course, some pretty good players in there, including some of our own. All of those guys, though, people we just cannot afford. Of course, there's some names in here, there's some contracts in here that we might be able to sneak away with. Like, you could see McNeil has no offers. Maybe you get McNeil. Maybe McNeil's a possibility. Kobe Turner. No one's offering him. I mean, I'll do a 1 year on that. Obviously, way cheaper than that. We're going to do 1 year 10, but if nobody wants them, we're going to throw the name in the hat. Hope our name's drawn. Hey, Kobe turned on a 1 year 10. We got him. It actually turned into a 3-bar interest, so his prospects must have been kind of falling off. And we got Ernest Jones back on a 2 year 20. All right, again, in the draft, pick 32, as you do get when you are the Super Bowl winner. We need 2 defensive tackles, and I got to say, I'm not loving things, as we have a 2-3 that's actually a 3-4, and then a 3-4 that's actually a 3-4. Of course, does that 3-4 really mean anything? 3-4 could be 69-72, arguably, if it's a good draft, it could be hidden, so I'd prefer to get Baker at 32 minimum, so that's what we're going to do. We got to go hard on the DTs, take one at 32, whoever's there is who is there. As far as the next round goes, if Baker's still there here with someone else, maybe we can actually try to trade up for Baker, and no, it's not going to be the case, so Trayvon Baker is going to be the choice, 6'1", 287, Byron Murphy vibes, 46 true talent, normal dev, I'm sad. With that being said, we're going straight to 32, I don't even want to hear it. There's no point in trading up for a 3-4, that's a 2-3. We'll just take the other guy, as we actually do see both of them are there. So we do actually get a choice here. Let's see what we got. We have 2 players that look pretty damn similar. You got to argue that Harris is the better looking of the 2, so with that being said, Marcus Harris, the guy that's a 3-4 talent grade, watch him be better dev than the guy we just drafted. 104 true, that's borderline, but he is hidden, like we just said. Okay, so sure, I guess. Of course, that money caught up with us a bit. We don't actually need an O-lineman right now. We got our right guard playing right tackle, the backup that was sitting for a while, but we could always use future improvements, future proofing. Anderson, hidden dev, boom. Now all the way in the 5th round, where I think we might need a special teamer. Here is the draft recap. Trayvon Baker, 73 overall. So while normal dev is okay as an actual player, And then the DT we talked about, 69 and 72 is kind of the range. 70, kind of in the middle. 6'3", 288. A little more balance, I suppose. Hidden dev as well. We have one of the smallest IDLs in the league. It's just insane. Star dev, who's good. We got to move him to left end, I think. And then the rest, they are who they are, right? They're not really contributors. They're backups. And here we are for season, what is it, 7 now? Back-to-back Super Bowl wins, 3 overall. We've been 2 at least. Lost one of them. Offensive line looks great. You know, it's right tackle's a little iffy, but everything else is great. How long will we keep all these guys? I don't even know, but it looks great. Wide receivers are great. Quarterback solid. Tight end solid. D-line, defensively, we got Kobe Turner, who I forgot about, so Baker wasn't even needed, but we took our chances at 2 different guys. One was normal, one was hidden, so I guess in a way it kind of was needed because, Baker wasn't even the guy, so we would have had to draft another to get hidden regardless. Safety's looking a little bit different with Woodward, but it's still deep with Reed as the backup, and 80, about 80 overall for the strong safety. Looks good. Corner's a problem though. Woolen is up there in age now. He's 31 years old, so gonna need a draft corner. Probably what we're gonna be focusing on for our scouting. All right, 53 million. What we cooking with? McKinney. Oh, hey, ho, ho. Are we moving on with McKinney? This is like basically Thibodeau all over again. Like this is, other than the dev, this is basically what we got Thibodeau as. 25 years old. I guess he's about to be 26. About 82 overall. Thibodeau himself is on this list as well. Sanderson, I think we can do better. Woolen's going to regress, so we can do better there. So our money isn't actually terrible. We could just choose who we want. Cheeks is probably someone we keep. I'm not 100% sure, though. A lot of mentor backup type guys you're losing, but I think the decision to keep Thibodeau comes down to how well he's playing, which he is playing pretty well, I suppose. Never got a chance with McKinney, though. This is a tough one, dude. Like, he's barely played. I don't want to lose McKinney, but at the same time, if I can do a 2-year for this, I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, I got to then. Okay. We're probably going to need to replace Thibodeau before this rebuild's over, but I think that's the best move. Like, there's no way we can afford both, right? Like, that's asking for a lot. Okay, 11 million per for a backup edge, mind you. But he is good, so, And depending on how this goes, we could have another bye week. Got to get the Cowboys to lose and us to win, and sadly, half of that worked. We did win, but the Cowboys did as well. Kenneth Walker, the number 1 yards guy in the league as a running back. Archer should go to X Factor. Pretty damn good season. Picks are a little higher than last year, but still good. Walker was great. Receivers, what the hell is JSN doing? 2 touchdowns. 1,000 yards, but 2 touchdowns. Cheeks was amazing with those 20 touchdowns. McCord, just under 1,000 yards, but got the double-digit touchdowns. McMullen, kind of mid. O-line, center was great. Interior was great. I've seen worse from the edge. Thibodeau, a little bit of a down year in the second half of the season, but 11 sacks is great. Bradfield, 11.5 is great. Harris at 8 as a rookie on the interior. Turner was decent. Murphy has really not done much this rebuild. Ernest Jones, Shelton Barkley, Andy Manwari, all with 4 interceptions. Witherspoon with 2. Hopefully get some dev ups there. Cardi missed 2 kicks out of 14, so definitely a better year from him there. And then Dixon, he's been a 50 yards per punt plus guy all rebuild long. Finally, the winner of the MVP award isn't Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. It goes to Cam Ward, who's been putting up some pretty damn good seasons. We got Rookie of the Year on defense with Harris. Got a couple of guys in the top 3. Oh, Roberson. We've got him on like a 5-year something, and he goes to Superstar. Claunch, you got a bunch of guys in the top 3, though. That's a dub, if you ask me. Of course, we talked about it before. We are still on a win streak, so we will be going in individually each game until we lose. Going into the end of the game, we get a good stop with a score. We get a stop, no score. They get a stop with a score. We get a field goal. It's 10-7. It's a pretty damn long first half so far, in my opinion. Drive down, we get nothing. 10-all. This is a close game. 17-10. Still 17-10. 24-10. 24-13. And we will win the game 27-13. It was an 8-9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, so we should be winning that game, but I think 14-point lead, that's good. Really against any NFL team. You always hear about it, how, like, the worst team in the NFL destroys, like, every single best college team, and it is true, right? Like, there's so many of these college teams that are filled with guys that either go undrafted or they're, like, in the final couple of rounds. Each NFL team is made up with, at worst, guys in most part that were drafted in a specific round, just any round at all versus UDFA, and a lot of these guys are in the top 3 rounds, But the Falcons, bird battle, little bird battle, go to the championship round, is the winner. Jalen Hurts, new quarterback for Atlanta as well. Got ourselves a bit of a rain game as well. Might have an advantage over the Dome team. 3-0, 10-0, 17-0. I mean, so far so good. Halftime, they do get a field goal. They break that, dry spell. 24-10 now. Unfortunately for them, that spell of being broken is a little too late, I think, as you do clutch up there. Just to, avoid giving them a chance. And with that, we will be headed to the championship round. Archer had a pretty damn good game. Walker, not great yards per carry, but did have 2 touchdowns. Defensively, pretty mid. Nothing really going on there. Kicking was clean. I mean, just clean game that we outplayed them in. Now we are in the championship round against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to. We have beat them 2 times now. Game number 3. I mean, can we just continue the streak? All right. Jerry's World. Hell, at this point, we don't even know if it is Jerry's. I mean, it's technically Jerry's World, but what I'm saying is, this is some years down the line. He's not the youngest guy anymore. That's all I can say. 21 all at half, by the way. What a freaking barn burner. 28 all. Fourth quarter, anyone's game. Dallas is going to drive down and not get it, but they will. No, they're not going to stop us, actually. We're still driving. And with a 50-yard shot to McCord, we're headed to another Super Bowl, 3 in a row. Again, still in that 3-4 defense. So you can overcome a 3-4 defense with the right offensive scheme, with the right talent across the board. Kenneth really not playing well. Look at these wide receivers. These receivers are all over the place. Talent just killed it that game. What a game between these two. I mean, both sides should be pretty happy with themselves, especially on our side. And the Raiders are in the Super Bowl against us. Okay, I believe it. I believe in it. Let's take a look at the DevUps. 95 to their 90. Wow, no dev up for Archer. 45 touchdowns. Wasn't enough for a dev up. Look at the receivers. Look at the skill position on this team, though. Defensively, Pritchett, of all players, is an X Factor now. And then, of course, we see Harris is a superstar. Obviously, guaranteed dev up there. And then another big one, Eman Worry is a superstar. So there you go with that one. What's his overall? 88. Not bad. 26 years old now, about to be 27. I don't even know if his age actually is 20. It probably was like 21, 22. I just didn't change it. Doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, if that's a lie. I don't know why I lied to you. It absolutely matters a lot. But in the same time, we only have 3 more years left, right? So sorta, kinda doesn't matter that much, I guess. Can we do the three-peat? No team has ever done it. Are we the first to do it? 7-0. 14-0, so looking pretty promising so far. Of course, definitely some ties between these two teams. Obviously, not really anymore, as Geno would be long gone, I would imagine. But in a direct trade between these two teams, and we've won 3 straight Super Bowls. All right, fair enough. I guess we are going to continue watching this team. There's just no wow. We held their QB to under 50% completion percentage, under 100 yards passing. That's insane. Archer was amazing. One of the better all-time performances, just pure efficiency-wise. 3 touchdowns, 250 yards, only missed 3 throws out of 28. It's really good. Yeah, their quarterback was maybe under a little bit of duress. Look at this pass rush. Holy. 3 straight Super Bowls won, though. Can we make it a 4th? And I didn't show you guys, the win-loss or anything like that, but here you go. Not that it really matters too much. Again, this is an offline league, so you could easily just back it out and whatnot, so it is what it is. But, yeah, we did pretty well so far. 4 Super Bowl trips, 3 in a row, 1. Keep it going. See if we can do 4 in a row, 5 in a row maybe. I don't know what our even record is. I really should, especially when we have these kind of 10-year rebuilds, especially when they're special, I should. Wow, we're that broke, by the way. Oh, my. I should be, writing down, hey, Seattle Seahawks, we did 4 in a row. 5 or 6 overall total, because at this point I just wing it, right? I'm like, wow, that's one of the best players we've ever seen on the channel history. It's like, is that true? Probably not. 5.5 mil left, so we definitely made an error keeping the edge rusher, huh? Well, that sucks, because yeah, we are absolutely losing Cheeks next season. There's no way we keep him. We are so beyond broke, it's insane. But hey, at least we got the backup edge, which, to be fair, when Thibodeau's gone, we won't have to replace him, I guess. 16.5 mil. Okay, we can live with it. I think we can live with it. Here's some of the free agents, if you're curious. So as much as you want to say, the sliders might be still too high, because, you know, a lot of our team is good. Guys like Egbuka, 91 overall, 29. That's good, but it's not elite. It's very good, but it's not elite, or it's very close to elite at that. You know, there's some players here that never really got fully high, like 95 to 99, that didn't exist that high. So, you know, give us a little bit of credit of how we develop our team as well. We are in the draft. We don't absolutely need a corner, but we could definitely use one. We need a tackle for sure, though. And we've got a lot of really good corners here. So Leonard would be the guy that would take them first, but corner's not that big of a need where I would take a corner, like, trade-up-wise. We need pick 32 in the second round minimum, so I'm going to 32. There's going to be a corner of some sort there, I imagine, and, I mean, unless Leonard went way higher, he should still be there, actually. Top 5, I mean, I was willing to take even Black. You know, he's 6'4", round 1, probably superstar dev. Leonard looks great, too, though. 4.39 elite, probably 94 speed. True Talent 4, 95 speed, and he's hidden dev. What a draft pick. Now that we know how good he is, I'm actually really glad we got him. So that was actually a really stupid risk of me. Should have slowed it down. Probably would have over-traded for him anyways, though, so it worked out in the end. O-line, I scouted the guard, who I would like to play at tackle. We got to get somebody. We got to get somebody tall enough to play that position. So Edwards or Watkins. And now, while I don't love both of them, Watkins is definitely the best of the two. 59 True Talent, please. Yes, we got really lucky, dude. Like, I think we landed one normal dev lineman. Like, that's nothing. That's clutch. And as far as what we want to do next, I don't know, dude. I'm just going to go to the next pick. That missing 4th-round pick for all those years, man. What a disaster. Got some more O-linemen. We're going to take Calhoun. I liked Calhoun quite a bit. 53 true. Another hit in. There you go. Huge. Huge in the future-proofing world is... Again, probably going to lose some more linemen. We are right up against it cap-wise. Going to lose the wide receiver, probably. Faulkner. Hey, this is the replacement. Super speedy, 62 true. That was superstar. Would have been great. It sounded like I literally just, like, I held it in, like, on a road trip, and we, you know, I went to the bathroom. That really just sounded like, you know, we had that held in for a while. We're going to trade these picks off for something of the future. 5th-round pick. Probably could have got more, but meh. We just don't need anything else. I think that's fine. Although, actually, we might have needed a special teamer. Did we need a kicker/punter? We might have. I think we definitely need a punter, right? Hell, half those punters go to free agency anyways. But, yeah, we did. We needed the punter. Dixon, we just couldn't afford him anymore. Actually, he might have... No, he didn't retire. He was close to retiring. Or he will be close to retiring. 13 mil after the rookie contracts. Cordell Leonard, our new cornerback, 2. I still can't believe Lambert's here, by the way. I feel like he's been on the team for, like, 6 years now. But Cordell Leonard, dev, star dev, couldn't get any luckier than that. We have a lineman in Joseph Watkins, who will be our new right tackle. Another guy, you know, pretty big guard who can play the tackle position because that's what the finesse is telling me. Did I really just hit that all the way to right trigger while, or right tackle, while just like skimming through? That was actually kind of clutch. And then the rest, meh, who cares? Calhoun might never start, and even if he does, doesn't really matter what his dev is because he can't change it, can't influence our decision, so it doesn't matter. Year number 8, we have 1 3 in a row. Can we make it 4? Of course, team is looking slightly different every year, but we've held on as much as possible. Middle linebackers have definitely been one of the positions that really haven't grown much, but obviously guys like Bradfield, they're having no issues at all. 99 finesse, 98 power move, 99 tackle, 99 pursuit. I mean, the guy's just that guy. Can we win 4 in a row? $46 million. Cheeks is actually not asking for as much as I thought. I think we can get away with paying Woodward. Oh, we can't. We got Walker. Oh, Zabel as well. Hyde. Oh, Lordy. What do we got going forward as well? Davis. I can live with losing linemen. Don't want to lose Cheeks, though. And I definitely don't want to lose the safety. Safety first and foremost. I hate drafting safety. And then how much is Cheeks wanting? It's less than 20. Okay, we got 21 million left and a lot of players to re-sign still. But, I mean, maybe even Kenneth we can keep one more year. But things are, you know, this is probably the window. Like, once you lose Kenneth Walker, the run game's going to suck. We're going to start losing games. All right, we had a really good start of the season, then had a bunch of losses in a row, but picked up at the end with some wins. Archer number 2, McCord number 2, beautiful stuff. Here is the season, like I said, really good start, and then, you know, 3 losses in a row, but 1-3 at the end. Could have got a bye week, but did not. See if we're still the best team in the league or not. Can we go 4 straight? Of course, Archer almost 50 touchdowns. Could have actually been his MVP season. McCord could have won an MVP, to be fair. I'd be very curious to see if Archer is the MVP or not. Pass rush, Thibodeau and Bradfield, they combined for 20. Interior is okay. Picks, not great. Cardi, back to being bad. Dixon, back to being goated. Yearly awards, no. Number 2 for Archer. If we play the Falcons, dude, I feel sorry for them because he's going to want revenge. Offensive Player of the Year for McCord. Best QB. Best wide receiver. O-line number 2. That sucks. Roberson is already a superstar anyways, but still could have got some free XP. As we are going to be going up against the Minnesota Vikings for the wildcard round. Can we win 4 in a row? All right. We've got ourselves a Vikings-Seahawks matchup. 10-0, 17-0. Halftime score will remain that. 24-0, 27-0, 34-0. Minnesota does score 7, but far too late. We win the game 34-7. Easy clap. That's how you start out the playoffs. Let me tell you, Archer was great. Rushing numbers were decent. Receiving was okay. 10 catches for one of the guys. Sacks, got some sack numbers in there. Woodward and Barkley with a pick apiece. Clean kicking, divisional round. So the trend I'm seeing, especially with these 10-year rebuilds, is that there's a reason we win year 4, year 5 Super Bowls a lot. And that's because no other team comes close to manage their team long-term. So once you get that year 4, year 5 range, that's when most teams start to collapse completely because they're re-signing players they don't need to. They're re-signing players that are regressing. They're not drafting as well. So then once we get to year 4, year 5 in these rebuilds, these 10 years, we start going on crazy Super Bowl win streaks. Like, this isn't the first time this has happened. So, yeah, there's some insight with the 10 years. As far as, like, 20-year rebuilds go, did we do, like, 1 this year? I think we did 1. And of all the teams, I think it was the Bears. Those 20-year rebuilds, man. It's just, by year 5 even with, like, the lowest XP sliders ever, which we just completely killed the Lions, by the way. It's just, there's nothing to draft. It gets over with very quickly. 15-year, maybe that's the sweet spot. I don't know, but those 10-year rebuilds, even these ones, they're long. You can only imagine what a 20-year is. Like, depending on how long it takes you to like scout and then of course edit and whatnot. Like, doing a 20-year rebuild duration-wise for, like, you know, creating the video is basically like a story mode game. You know, we had the Cowboys again. You know, there's a lot of story mode games that are like 18 to 25 hours. It's basically one full story game for a single 20-year rebuild. Kind of insane. Wonder who the QB is for the Dallas Cowboys. See if we can win yet another one against them. So far, we are outscoring our opponents total 54-7, I believe. Now 54-17. Well, 64-17. As Dallas is kind of giving us the work here. Game's not over. 13-20. We're in the 4th quarter now. We get the stop. We're driving down. We tie the game on 4th and 6. What a clutch drive. As Dallas is having almost a perfect drive here themselves. We do punt it. Are you kidding me? They were just going to overtime, and they just had a walk-off 83-yard rush by CeeDee Lamb. You're kidding me. That has got to be the most unfortunate ways I have seen a rebuild lost ever. And I do remember, you know, we were just talking about how, like, you know, I got to write these things down or put them in Notepad or something so I can remember some of these things. I do remember, I don't know how many years ago it was now, where we had a rebuild where Russell Wilson, who was still on the Seahawks at the time, won a playoff game against us with a 56-yard walk-off run. Russell Wilson did this. So some sort of read option, whatever, scramble. That was right up there with this one too, but 83 yards is a completely different story. 83-yard run for us to lose our chance at the 4-peat, which of course will now spring Operation Sim Don't Look. That's the name of the operation. I don't know what to tell you. As the Dallas Cowboys don't even win the Super Bowl. At least they didn't give the Super Bowl to an AFC North team. DevOps, anyone? Archer had to be, right? Yeah, he almost won MVP. McCord's also next factor. Defensively, I don't think anyone went up in dev here, which is, it is what it is. Wow, that kind of sucks. That really sucks. Could have had the 4-peat. Should have seen if there's any retirements as well while we were at it. 2 million left. Okay, so we really put ourselves in a hole here, huh? Randy Davis. Yeah, I don't know about all these guys. Chief. Kenneth is still good enough for another year. I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully some money shows up because we can, then hopefully get Kenneth on one more year. So we can at least do 9 seasons with Kenneth. We'll see if we can do a 10th. I doubt it, but if we can at least get him for a 9, which money does show up, so we can probably restructure somebody, get Kenneth back on at least a 1 year, if not a 2 year. And nobody wants him. Thank the Lord. I like this guy quite a bit. We might be going a little greedy here. 2-year 18, going to try to sneak him away. And nobody wanted him. 2-year, $18 million deal. $8 million left, so restructure like 1 player and we should be fine. All right, we're in the draft pick 29. One of the worst draft picks you can get. Almost as bad as 30, but not quite. We sort of need DT-ish. Got a couple of options. We're going to slow some until we get down there. As I would like to have Brown or Tillman. So we'll take whoever's there at 29, or if we have the trade up, we will do so. Here we go. We trade all of this to move to 22 as Will Brown was taken, meaning we needed to move up to take the other of the DTs. Who the hell is in there? Quarterback, who cares? That's going to be the choice, though. LaRon Tillman. B, Blockshed. C, Finesse. B, Power Move. A, Tackle. These are the types of guys that are usually like 74 overall normal. Hopefully we get a hit in, though. And we do get a hit in. All right, I was wrong, which is good. Glad to be wrong any day of the week. And then with our next pick, we do need some linemen. I'm pretty sure we need at least 1. It's more of a future-proofing thing, to be fair. Oh, we only have 3 linemen. They're all 2 to 3s, though. Based on what I've seen, though, I think Dakota Whitlock is the best of the 3. 61 true talent. And we keep getting lucky. We just have not had an issue with normal devs yet. We're going to end up trading up. I guess. We actually, to be fair, I should see if they're even there. They could have actually went. Yeah, Bryson's the last one there. I suppose you trade up for Bryson. Yeah, I guess. All of this to move up to that spot. Hopefully this lineman's worth it, because that is like all of our draft this year and like plenty of later round quantity for the future. Greg Bryson. I don't even think we need the lineman. I took him anyways. And I mean, if they're going to be good, I'm not going to regret it. Draft recap. 75 overall for Mr. LaRon Tillman. That is going to be our starter. We actually just probably can't even afford any DT, even if Turner's back there in free agency. Star dev for him. And then, do we actually need a right tackle right now? We might. We might actually need Whitlock right now. Because I think we just lost the entire team. Player trades, star dev. Of course, we got the running back, which is nice. We did a restructure on Bradfield, so that's going to be a problem in the future. But not something we have to worry about right now. Entering season number 9. Let year 10 be a freaking wasteland. I don't care. And here we are for number 9. Of course, offensive line keeps taking a hit, but center through left tackle is amazing. Running back, Kenneth Walker. We got him on a 2-year 18. We'll see if he's even good enough to start next season. Defensively, we talked about it. Middle linebacker has easily been our most neglected position, but overall, I think, there's been a good reason why we've made some crazy runs, and it's because we have managed the team pretty well. All right, here we go. $106 million. JSN needs a contract. Witherspoon needs a contract. Fold's 100% gone. Ramsey's probably gone. Thibodeau's, I would say, definitely gone. We got the other guy that we want to actually start at some point. It's probably too late anyways. Got some special teamers. I mean, we can afford everyone. It's just everyone's getting so damn old, it's not even worth it anymore. I guess, even Davis you try to keep. I think you pay the first 2. You pay corner, wide receiver, see where you're at. We try to do a 2-year here, call it a 2-year 55. He takes it. Just like that, we're down to $80 million. We do a 2-year on Witherspoon, so we can just, hey, we're done. We got these 2 guys long term. Davis is worth it. 4-year 78 for a superstar that good, that young. Worth it. Need a new left tackle. Maybe that's Davis. I don't know. The rest, even middle linebacker, I think you can do better. I really do. Maybe you do a 1-year on Thibodeau because you're just screw it, dude. Final year of the rebuild. Let's keep him around. If that's the case, though, you could probably get him for cheaper later on. 1 year, 23. He took it. Okay, I guess no questions asked. Hey, there you go. Back in the playoffs with a bye week. Kenneth Walker, 1,200 yards. Archer, one of his worst seasons touchdown and yards-wise, but interceptions, 6 picks. That's ridiculous. Could be MVP. I don't know if I believe it, but same, kind of stuff. You can kind of tell when it's the Packers scheme, right? Who was that lineman? They gave up a lot of sacks. Can we actually look if we go by sacks allowed? 9. Okay, Davis gave up 9 as a guard. The year we pay him $20 million per year. Fantastic. Picks were decent. Kicking was better. Punting was good as always. Yearly awards. Shador Sanders is your league MVP. Archer all the way down at 7. We got Defensive Rookie of the Year with Tillman, which is fantastic. A bunch of other awards we were close on. So, some Pro Bowls in there, maybe some dev-ups. And, of course, we talked about it already before. We lost our streak, meaning we're going to be simming. We're going to be simming through it, taking on Dallas. And the very first game, not actually going in, we lose. Again, you can't tell me it's a coincidence. Going into the game and simming, you have a better chance to win. There's no doubt about it. I don't care what anyone says. No doubt about it. The first time we lost to Dallas, well, the other one we lost on like a last-second play, but first time we lost to Dallas where it was like sort of definitive, I guess. 4 points isn't necessarily definitive, but all right, going to the Super Bowl for the final season. Who's going to win this? Another AFC North team? It could be. Oh, my. There's no way. I think at this rate, it would be an AFC North. Is that actually the case? An AFC North team won the Super Bowl, or it was us. That's it, right? So AFC North, Bills. Okay, outside of that, though, us, AFC North, AFC North, AFC North, AFC North. Wow, outside of the Bills, the last 9 Super Bowls were either won by the Seahawks or the freaking Bengals or Ravens. I'm sure that would be doing wonders for the NFL's numbers, huh? Let's take a look at our dev-ups if we had any. Kenneth, it's probably a little late. He's an 85 overall. We're just going to ride it out. You might as well. He is a superstar X Factor. Fantastic. Not bad. Taking a look at the rest of the squad. JSN wasn't an X Factor, right? He was only a superstar. Was he? Oops. He was not. So he's a superstar X Factor now. Still regressing hard, which that's why I only wanted to do a 2-year. Defensively, something looks different here. Woodward. Anyone else? Tillman? Tillman and Woodward, I think, both went up a dev. Obviously, we know Tillman did because he got Rookie of the Year. Fantastic. All right. Very disappointing way to lose the playoffs last season, but we can still potentially finish this thing with a bang. Jordan Brooks retires a Seahawk. Free agency that we can afford anyways. Lamar Jackson, who won the Ravens a bunch of Super Bowls, goes to free agency. That's crazy. Still 95 overall, by the way. Trey Smith is great. Justin Jefferson's great. Bo Nix. Folds, sadly. Damn, we can actually have money. We can afford some players. Zabel and Folds. Do you not like... I'm just going to lowball, right? If we don't get them, so be it. It's not my problem. I don't care. But if we do get them, it's also not my problem because they accepted it, not me. I would obviously accept these contracts every day of the week in real life, so not going to make me feel bad that you accepted, you only gave me $10 million per year. Oh, no, not $10 million per year when you're in your 30s. How could I? You're going to go hungry. And we actually got them. Wow, huge. Pick 28 in the draft. The biggest need is middle linebacker for sure. We just don't have one. And then, sort of corner. I didn't really scout too hard. Running back, obviously, down the line. But, that's not a problem for us. That's a next year thing, which we won't have a next year. We're at season 10 coming up here. John Kinney. A-man coverage. Very slow, though. The hell do? Do you just take Davenport? I guess you just take Davenport. Screw it. John Davenport, 51 true. Normal def. Made a bad decision. But it's the final year. We're allowed to sell. Didn't need an O-lineman. We have all these backup linemen. We literally have like 10 starting level linemen. I think we're good. All right, we're going to go gold, then we're probably going to go Hall, especially if this guy isn't hidden, which he is. We'll go Hall in the next pick, and that's pretty much our draft. Like, we have no 4th, 5th, or 6th, I believe. Yeah, we're all the way down to the 7th round, just like that. Maybe Hyde. Now, Hyde was fast, but that's kind of all the only reason why I took him. Or I didn't take him, but I put him on my board. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go Hall, I guess. Good value, 108 true. Also hidden, so pretty good pick, actually. All right, draft recap time. Not a great-looking group of players. Overall, at least all in the 70s. One gold. I mean, I guess I do want some gold. Is going to be our new middle linebacker, too. We have no choice. We let all the middle linebackers go outside of our current starter. And I guess I'm curious to see what Von Hall looks like. Is he faster? He is not faster, but I guess the dev, maybe he's higher. Not that it matters. We're not going to start him. Gold's the guy. We already committed to it. Final season coming in. And here we are. We have finally made it. If any of you guys are still here, damn, what's a good keyword? I guess Davenport, right? Davenport. Appreciate you if you are. The final season. We won 3 Super Bowls in a row. We've been to 4, I believe, right? 4. Trying to win a 4th B to 5, which would be 50%, which is an insane rate to make the Super Bowl in a decade. The team is obviously one of the worst it's been in recent years, but we still have just enough talent, especially on the offense side of the ball. It's insane. 96 overall. That we hopefully are still favorites, and hopefully, wow. Trey Smith on a $2.1 million deal. Look at these contracts. I gotta see these. Is this actually true? Like, are these actually contracts they're signing? Where is Mahomes? He's an 89 overall. It's not. That's Jalen Hurts. Way to go. But he's not a high overall anymore, so I kind of get it. But yeah, they're actually signing these guys to, like, penny deals. Like, what is that? That's so cheese. Wow, okay. And they aren't in there for us, so they get first pickings. That's bullcrap. And they're not that cheap. They're like 7 mil. If they're the top of the board, they're like 7 mil or more. They're never that low for us. Oh, Lord, how screwed will we be? So we have 27 million. Harris, you could keep. You lose McMullen. You lose Anderson. You're actually not that bad off. You lose Barkley, but he's 30 now, so it's like, who even cares? Thibodeau, you know, he's really old. So you're looking okay. You lose Kenneth, but that's just a regression thing, not even really a money thing. We're actually not too bad off. And in the playoffs, we are 11-6. We win our division. The 4th seed, the Cowboys at 12-5. Wow, 4th seed, 1 game behind them. That is kind of unfortunate. Kenneth Walker, number 3 for yards, even though he's regressed. Archer's not that great this season. Receivers, Cheek specifically, very good. Rest, not so much. Zach Tom, not that great. The rest of the line was actually really good. 4 double-digit sackers. That's the first time all rebuild, I believe, actually. Picks, not many, 5 total. Kicking garbage from the rookie. AJ Cole, first new punter we've had all rebuild long. It's an okay season. Anything for us? A couple of close calls there. We also do get best linebacker, top 2. And that is going to be it for the stats and awards. The final season. Don't be lackluster. I don't ask for much. Wow, it was the opposite of lackluster. We won 51-10. Now for the Saints, we win that game. The Cardinals, winner goes to the Super Bowl. And we do win. Do we go in for the final Super Bowl? Who's it against? Depends on who it's against. Nah. Even though it's an AFC North team, nah. It's the Browns. Who cares? And for the final game, we win anyways. So there you go. 4 Super Bowl victories, making 50% of our Super Bowls. Not even our Super Bowls, you know what I mean? 50% of the Super Bowls we made. We almost won 50% as well, which is a crazy percentage in general. Killed it, won a Super Bowl. Is there any, 4 Super Bowls, is there any reason to actually look at these players? Some of them are pretty peaked, though. So we'll look at the guys that are actually peak. Other guys that have peaked, we won't. So obviously Archer looks amazing. I mean, basically 99 overall. Not quite, but basically 99 overall. JSN regressed. Cheeks did not, though. Brian McCord, 30 years old, 95 overall. Deep route's not great, but everything else, he is so good. You literally got yourself basically Mike Evans, right? We talked about it a few times now. Basically Mike Evans. Then you have Cheeks, who is apparently the number 2 now, pure talent-wise. Short route's not the best. Medium routes, a little bit less than, greats. Everything else, though, pure speed, catching, deep route, very good. O-line, Zabel's still here. Zabel, sort of, 89 overall. Looks pretty good. Power block is not that good, though, which for a guard, an interior guy, maybe not preferable. 2 of our superstar linemen are still going. Then defensively, Bradfield got to take a look at, right? 31 years old, but 98 overall still. Super fast, great finesse, great power move. Then what else do we have? We have Eman Wari, who's got to be pretty damn old himself. 87 overall. Still, you know, pretty damn good, if you ask me. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining with that. What else do we have on this defensive side of the ball? I guess we'll take a look at Witherspoon. 91 overall. Damn good, man. Damn good press. Still very good corner at that age. Surprised, actually. A little surprised. Byron Murphy, yeah, I mean, he's regressed, but not from the point of starting, right? So 90 overall there. Power move is great. Everything else a little iffy. Kind of curious to see what the careers so far look like. A lot of guys, you know, 10 years in, like maybe a little bit longer than 10 years in. Let's take a look at the career numbers. Archer, 259 touchdowns, 85 picks, 28,000 yards, 113 passer rating pretty much. Very good career, even though he started off kind of iffy. You know, even got benched for a whole season and a half. Kenneth Walker, 14,000 yards, 142 touchdowns. JSN, 12,000 yards, 91 touchdowns. McCord doing more with less in the terms of touchdowns. 98 touchdowns already. Less yards per catch, though. Cheeks, you know, on par to even beat McCord, it seems. 64 touchdowns, 5,900 yards. McMullen and Walker with 4 and 2, respectively. O-line, 49 sacks allowed for a great center is just hilarious. Sack totals, Bradfield, who is 3 years younger than Thibodeau, or 3 years in the league younger at least. 1 more sack. The guy is on par for greatness. He already is, to be fair. Byron, 67 sacks, 110 tackles for a loss. And then picks, Witherspoon, 19. Woolen's already gone, sadly. And then we lost our punter, Michael Dixon. What about the career stuff? Any new career guys? Max Crosby, all-time sack leader. Looking at seasons, Mahomes 2028 with 60 touchdowns. Receiving yards, Amon Ross and Brown almost to 2,000 with his 2033 season. And then, of course, McCord, 28 touchdowns with his 2031 season. And then Max Crosby with 31 sacks in 2031 himself. Let's take a look at if any Seahawks records were broken. Kenneth Walker, 2 rushing ones. JSN with receptions. And then Bradfield with sacks in a season. Archer with both the QB ones. Looking at receivers, we have both with McCord. And then receptions, a third receiver one, JSN. Bradfield for the sacks with 18 in a season. And then, of course, McCord and Bradfield both breaking rookie records as well. McCord with the touchdown catches in a game for a rookie as well, with Archer with the yards in a game for the Seattle Seahawks. But yes, that is going to be it for this 10-year rebuild of the Seattle Seahawks. I'm not sure if we're going to do another 10-year rebuild like right away, but we're definitely going to do at least 1 or 2 more before Madden 26 comes out, which I'm not sure which team is next, but it could actually be on Sunday. So be on the lookout for some sort of rebuild, I imagine, on Sunday. It's likely either going to be a 10-year rebuild or it's going to be maybe some sort of challenge rebuild, perhaps. Regardless, though, again, if you're still here watching to this point, unbelievable, absolute legend. Appreciate you a ton. You know, let me know what team you want to see next. 10-year rebuild or not, challenge rebuild or not. If you have any college football 26 things you'd like to see, let me know. I think I'm going to stray away from the rebuilds. They just take way too long, and it just doesn't intrigue me. I don't know, dude. It's just like, in general, the whole idea of like working so hard, all these hours we spent recruiting these players. Oh, they left in the transfer portal. Wow, that was a hell of a year we just had. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I love the one-off rebuild ideas. You know, if we do another dynasty, maybe doing a season of video, that could be something. So that's sort of like a rebuild, I guess. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Again, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. Hoping we can get Oblivion finished tomorrow over there. And then we can start a new series, which I already have almost all edited. So, yeah, we just got to get things rolling a little bit there. Madden 26 is coming on soon, too. So much stuff to do. So busy. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! And then, of course, shout out to all the members of the channel. Truly do appreciate all of you guys a ton. I know I said I was going to like shorten the outro or, do something different with the members, but it's a 10-year rebuild. The video's long enough. Nobody's watched to the end to see the end cards anyways. I wish you could do the end cards before the actual end. So like I wouldn't have to put the overlays over the names. Once again, I'm probably going to end up converting everything to a credit system so you can actually see it, rolling like a movie's credit, kind of like a, an actual like, hey, you worked on the video type of credit. But yeah, appreciate you guys a ton. If you're not already a member thinking about becoming one, click the join button next to the subscribe button. We have special channel like membership badges. Then of course you have the monthly members only rebuild with non-members content thrown in there as well. If I'm not too busy, I would like to actually take that horror rebuild roster and take that to Gauntlet if you guys are interested in that. Regardless, remember, I appreciate y'all for watching and see